fans, welcome to the Pippins pregame show. I'm Chris Rosado Jr. It's a pleasure to have you along all season long. The Pippins are coming off a big win last night, 6-4 victory in Bellingham to win the series, their second straight series win to start the season. They're now 4-2 and top of the North Division. They'll look to continue their hot start here tonight, but in their way, the formidable opponent, the Ridgefield Raptors, who at 5-1 are the only team in the West Coast League with a better start in their first 6 games than the Pippins. They'll look to win the series here against the Pippins for their third straight series win to start the season. It's a weekend series, Friday through Sunday. The Pippins received some reinforcements earlier today with 5 new players showing up, including outfielders Connor Bain and Taylor Holder and catcher Sam Olson, all from Oregon. Sam Olson will get the start here today behind the plate as Michael Carpentier Jr. had started 5 of the first 6 games of the season. He'll look to get a breather tonight. Also, a couple of pitchers that showed up, including Gonzaga's Owen Wild and Kirby Robertson from Columbia Basin College. Robertson will get the start here today. When we come back, I had an opportunity for a special sit-down interview with Willie Lajoie, who's been one of the bright spots on the Pippins offense so far this season. We'll talk with him when we come back. You're tuned into the Pippins pregame show on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Pippins fans, welcome back to the Pippins pregame show on the Pippins Broadcast Network. I'm Chris Rosado Jr., sitting alongside Willie Lajoie, who has started every game for the Pippins at first base, recently moved up to the 3rd spot in the batting order because he's just found a way to get on base every time, or almost every time, he steps to the plate. Willie, you've just been a real treat to watch. You've got a few extra base hits, including a triple during the Bellingham series that our fans couldn't see but could hear the call for. You just look like you're having a lot of fun out there, and I suspect that part of that is because Chico State, the university you attend, did not play a season in 2021. How does it feel to be back out on a baseball field and playing baseball again?
It was really good. I haven't swung. First time seeing a ball in over a year was last Friday night when we had our opening night, and I feel like I'm still getting into it again, but it feels really good, and baseball's the best sport in the world. That's why it makes me so happy being out there every day.
And one thing I've noticed being here at the ballpark, especially during the home series, you were often coming here well before the report time, going out to the cage and hitting alone. That kind of extra preparation, is that something that you've always done, or is that something you're doing here this season to try to play maybe a little bit of catch-up without the season earlier in the spring?
I've always done that. I've always felt that it gives me a sort of an edge against the other team to be able to go out and really prepare the way that I want to prepare rather than showing up like just doing the regular BP, the normal amount. So I always feel like I always want to do the extra amount.
And it's certainly paying off so far in the early part of the season. The other thing you can't really get through an interview without talking about, I'm sure, is Lajoie. The last name carries a little bit of weight in the baseball community. Your great uncle, Nap Lajoie, inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame in 1937. Were you ever told stories about Nap? When did you find out that you were related to baseball royalty, and do you ever think about that as you make your own career here in the baseball world?
I don't really think about it too much. I really don't know many stories. I've just been told that, there's sort of a family history with that, and I don't really think about it too much. It's pretty cool to think about, to talk about, but it's really nothing that to really look into, honestly.
And then the other thing that I can't let you get out of an interview without talking about is we share a common interest in magic. Talk a little bit about that, how you got into it, and what kind of magic you like to do.
I've always been into magic. I think it's a kind of a fun hobby to get my mind off things, and I've been into sleight of hand magic now for like probably 8 to 9 years, and I practice a lot with cards, and I even have a tattoo on my finger. I'm not going to show you because that'll ruin the trick, but yeah, I'm pretty big into sleight of hand magic, and hopefully I could show some people on the team someday.
Well, he's certainly been using his sleight of hand deception skills to get on base. He has 5 walks to go with 4 extra base hits to start the season. Willie Lajoie, thanks for talking with me here. We'll be right back with more Pippins pregame show on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Welcome back to the Pippins pregame show on the Pippins Broadcast Network. I'm Chris Rosado Jr. talking today ahead of today's game with head coach Kyle Crustangel. And Kyle, the Pippins coming off a big win last night, 6-4 victory, the closest game you guys have played all season long. What is the key to keeping the momentum going after a tough game last night, coming back and hosting Ridgefield here today?
Yeah, obviously we were fired up, you drop game 1 of a series, and, it always makes it extremely challenging to win a series. So it was nice to see our guys have a great bounce back on game 2. And then, of course, last night, get up 5-1 and kind of play a little hold on, as we had a lot of pitchers there at the end, a couple that struggled, a couple that were well. But what a great team win against a really good opponent over there in Bellingham. This league is set up where it's tough to sweep. It's a 3-game window at a time. It's a hopefully get game 1 and you're playing for series. So for our guys to get the first 2 against 2 good opponents, definitely something to build upon. Obviously now Ridgefield coming to town, kind of battle of first place, which our guys will be fired up for. But it's just, building on all the aspects we've had. I think culture's getting better. Guys are starting to gel and know each other, which is a big part of why we'll be successful the whole summer. But then at the same time, looking to make some adjustments. We didn't have great situational hitting in the Bellingham series. Thought we left a lot of runs up on the board, potentially left a sweep out there after game 1. So again, looking to kind of clean up some of that stuff as we look to have obviously more close games. This is kind of a league of a lot of close games, and you got to minimize mistakes and you got to capitalize on opportunities. So I think building riding the wave of momentum after a couple good series, but then also we're back to a 0-0 type of situation against Ridgefield tonight.
Yeah, and Ridgefield coming in, the only team in the West Coast League, as I mentioned at the top of the pregame show, that started with a better record through their first 6 games than the Pippins did at 5-1. They're on top of the South Division. The Pippins with a 4-2 record on top of the North Division, and a handful of new players coming in, some fresh energy, some fresh legs and arms that can help relieve some guys who've seen a lot of action in the first 6 games. Talk about how important that is at this point in the season.
Yeah, we are definitely in some need of some reinforcement. Early on, all teams are playing with 10 to 12 position players. You're limited to 8 or 9 arms, so you're really trying to get a lot out of your starting pitchers. Awesome job out of our guys. We got really quality start. Almost every single game we were getting a quality start, which is huge and a big reason why we're 4-2. But it's nice to add a few guys to the bullpen. Owen Wild will probably be in the action tonight. Kirby Robertson get the ball starting for us tonight, so it's nice to have some fresh arms. And then obviously bodies. A lot of guys have been asked to play a lot of days in a row. And Willie's played every game. Noah's played every game. Michael Carpenter Jr.'s had to catch a whole lot of days in a row. So it's nice to get those guys some breaks. We want our guys when they're out there operating at 100%. And when you get your off days, they're able to have a better game and a better fresh set of legs and arm for when they're actually out there. So yeah, we were needing some reinforcements. But again, we have almost our full team here. We'll have one more wave over the next 10 days. But no, it's nice to have a full squad and something to build off of, a little more guys for energy in the dugout. So I think it really plays to our advantage to finally get some help. A lot of these teams, like Bellingham, they had 6 straight home games. So as we were playing at their place the last 3 days, they were having a couple new guys every single day show up, where we were on the road. So a lot of guys were waiting to meet us here today. I think there's 5 new bodies today and a couple more coming on Sunday. So excited to get those guys in the action. I think the fans will like what they bring, but at the same time, it definitely will give some well-deserved days off to some.
Welcome inside Yakima County Stadium as we get underway quickly. Caden Connor leading off for the Ridgefield Raptors. Just like every game so far here at Yakima County Stadium, this one starting a little bit early, even earlier than the others. Here's the 0-1 from Kirby Robertson, fouled off back to the backstop. Apologies for the rough break, as we were expecting to go to commercial, but just simply ran out of time due to the efficiency of the game day staff here in Yakima. 0-2 count to leadoff hitter Caden Connor in the top of the first inning. No score as Connor fouls another one off to the backstop. Starting pitcher for today for the Pippins, Kirby Robertson, making his first appearance of the season with the team. Actually came in today, met everyone, and then got ready for today's game. Pitched at Columbia Basin College. Here's the 0-2, misses for a ball. Made 10 starts for Columbia Basin. Pitched to a 2.91 ERA over 58 2/3 innings. Struck out 52 hitters in the nearly 59 innings he pitched. Another example the Pippins coaches tell me of a guy who's going to fill up the strike zone with strikes. Popped up by Caden Connor. Shallow center field. Kobalis ranging back and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. For Ridgefield, after Caden Connor, the right fielder who led off, it'll be John Peck, the second baseman. Kobe Morales will hit third and play left field today. Will Chambers, the DH, will hit cleanup. Cody Darcy will play third base and hit fifth. Cole Ehrman will play first base and hit sixth. Grant Heiser, the newcomer to the Ridgefield Raptors, he's catching today and hitting seventh. Reese Hernandez, the center fielder, hitting eighth. Here's the first pitch to John Peck, taken for a ball. And rounding out the bottom of the order for Ridgefield, it's Tanner Jocks. Here's the 1-0 from Robertson. Peck takes that one for a ball as well. Took me a second to bring up my pronunciation guide, but located it in time. John Peck, the second batter of the inning, the 2-0. He gets a piece of it, fouls it to the backstop, and it's 2-1 to him. Defensively for the Pippins, out in left field, it's Noah Williamson. Chase Graves with another start in center field. Taylor Holder, a newcomer, out in right field here tonight. Jordan Hara playing third. Connor Corbalis, who we saw earlier make the catch, he's at shortstop as John Peck takes strike two for a 2-2 count. Spencer Marenko back at second base for the Pippins today, and Willie Lajoie with yet another start at first base. Behind the plate, it's Sam Olson making his first appearance with the team, one of the batch of guys who showed up today as Robertson gets Peck swinging for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring Kobe Morales to the plate. Morales hitting .323 on the season thus far, with 4 extra base hits. Here's the first pitch to Morales. Backdoor breaking ball taken for strike one. Morales, who will be a freshman at Cypress College in the fall. Here's the 0-1 from Kirby Robertson, fouled off back towards the Raptors dugout, and it's 0-2. Ridgefield, as we talked about in the pregame, coming into this game with a hot start, 5-1 record as Robertson misses high and outside for a ball. all the more impressive when you consider that their bench is not very deep. By my count, they only have 3 substitutes available as hitters. Here's the 1-2. They go breaking ball again, popped up left side. Noah Williamson racing to the line, dives for it and makes the catch. A terrific play by Noah Williamson for the third out here in the top of the first. No score as the Pippins head to bat for the first time. We'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us.
The Raptors went 1-2-3 to start the game. Kirby Robertson off to a great start for the Pippins. Pitching for Ridgefield, it's Cooper Vasquez, a right-hander. Will be a freshman at Ohlone College in the fall. Finishing his warm-up pitches now. We'll take you through tonight's Pippin starting lineup, brought to you by the Yakima Herald Republic for the best sports coverage in the Yakima Valley. Subscribe to the Yakima Herald Republic either in print or online. You can subscribe by calling 577-7755. The Yakima Herald Republic, they tell your stories. For the Pippins leading off, it'll be Chase Graves, a familiar name at the top of the lineup. He's playing center field here today. Connor Cabales, the shortstop, hitting second. Willie Lajoie at first base, hitting third. Noah Williamson, who we just saw help out Kirby Robertson immensely out in left field. He's hitting cleanup today. Sam Olson behind the plate. He's hitting fifth. Taylor Holder behind him, the right fielder today. Alex Shanks will DH and hit seventh. Jordan Hara hitting eighth and playing third base. And Spencer Marenko rounds out the order, hitting ninth and playing second. Here's Chase Graves, the first pitch to him, taken outside for a ball. This is the first road trip of the season for Ridgefield. They played all 6 of their first games at home. The 1-0 taken outside for ball 2, and Chase Graves out in front 2-0. The Pippins have played their first series at home and then went on the road to Bellingham, just finished up that road trip, and hosting Ridgefield here today. The 2-0 taken for a ball. And Chase Graves way out in front. Will most likely be taking. We'll see if Vasquez can throw a strike, and he does. The first strike from Cooper Vasquez here on the fourth pitch of the at-bat to Chase Graves. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, lined into center field. That'll be a base hit for Chase Graves to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Chase Graves has a really good ability to hit line drives and hit them where they aren't. He struggles with the strikeout at times. He's struck out 10 times already through the first 6 games of the season. But otherwise, tends to put the ball in play, and when he does, it usually finds some grass. That brings Connor Cabales to the plate. Lots of speed out of the second spot of the order. If he can get on base, they throw over, and Chase Graves dives back safely. here's the first pitch to Cabalas. He takes that one for a strike. Cabalas hitting .208. Him and Willie Lajoie, the only two players on the team who've reached base in every game of the season so far. Takes ball one, low and away. And he'll dig back in. Cabalas hits from the right side. Chase Graves on first. No outs in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Cabalas stabs at it on a pitch that was decently outside, but fouls it over towards the Ridgefield dugout. Cooper Vasquez looks over, now comes set, and throws over again. Chase Graves gets 30. But otherwise, no real danger. Willie Lajoie, who we talked to in the pregame, he's on deck. Williamson to follow if we get there. Here's the 1-2. Misses outside, and catcher Grant Heiser didn't even know that the ball skipped out of his glove into the backstop. Chase Graves took off for second, seeing the ball head back, and Heiser popped up to try to throw him out. So it's a 2-2 count, and Chase Graves now on second after the pass ball. The Pippins last night scored no earned runs in their 6-4 victory. They capitalized on errors and pass balls, and they'll try to do that again here tonight. Here's the 2-2 from Vasquez. Bounced in front of the plate. Graves is going to move to third as Cabalas finds himself with a full count. You can at least credit that one as a wild pitch to Vasquez. So one for the catcher, one for the pitcher, and Graves goes from first to third with no outs in the bottom of the first. Connor Cabalas, who's walked 3 times in the first 6 games, struck out 4. Here's the 3-2. That one bounces out in front of the plate again, and they walked Connor Cabalas. And Cooper Vasquez is going to have to add a couple extra feet of distance to his throws if he wants to throw some more strikes. Here's Willie Lajoie. Receives the air horn treatment as he's introduced. Here's the first pitch to Lajoie, taken for a strike. Ridgefield coaching staff certainly happy to see Vasquez start off Lajoie with a strike. Runners on the corners with no outs here in the bottom of the first. 0-1 to Lajoie. That one misses high and inside. Lajoie hitting .333 on the season. Has a .462 on base percentage. Takes the 1-1 for a ball. Battles deep into counts. Pokes the ball when he has to in defensive counts, but otherwise squares up on balls and makes great contact. Here's the 2-1. That one taken for a ball as well. He has 5 walks on the season. Here's the 3-1 to the first baseman. Popped up left side. Tanner Jocks ranges over, now trailing back, and will make the catch. It's not deep enough for Chase Graves to go anywhere. So that's the first out of the inning for Cooper Vasquez, and the Pippins will send Noah Williamson to hit. Vasquez gets his first out, but hardly with an opportunity to take a breath, as the Pippins will keep attacking him here. Williamson with 3 doubles and a triple so far in the season. Here's the first pitch to him. He takes that one in the chalk, outlining the left-handed batter's box for a ball. Williamson, who struck out 8 times this season, but during the Bellingham series showed a much more patient approach to his at-bats as he takes ball 2. And it looked like it was really starting to work for him as he found himself deep into counts and advantageous counts. Pitcher's forced to throw fastballs to him, and that's what he likes to hit. Here's the 2-0. And he lines that one, just into the glove of Cody Darcy, who spun around and then tried to tag third, but Chase Graves barely back in time. And that's a bad luck line drive for both Noah Williamson and Cody Darcy, whose hand, no doubt, is going to feel that line drive. He had barely any time to react to the play. I don't know that he would have made that catch if it was hit a foot lower or a foot to the left. It was just hit right at his glove. So here's Sam Olson making his first appearance of the season for the Pippins. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Darcy with the presence of mind to turn back over to third, but Chase Graves recognized the threat and got back in time. Olson takes strike 1, and it's 1-1 to the catcher. Olson starting today in place of Michael Carpentier Jr., who started in 5 of the 6 games to start the season behind the plate for the Pippins. Jordan Hara started the other one. Olson takes the 1-1 for a ball. Olson, who comes from Oregon, University of Oregon. Hit 7 for 22 there. Here's the 2-1. Misses way outside for a ball, and it's 3-1. Had a double and a home run for the Ducks, as well as 3 walks. Here's the 3-1 to Olson. They go off speed and walk him. Pitch looked like it might have had the outside corner, maybe missed high or low, not really sure which way. So the base is now loaded with 2 outs, and Taylor Holder, also from the University of Oregon, will make his first appearance as well. Here's the first pitch to Holder. Takes that one for a ball. So Olson, who we just saw walk, Holder, who's up to bat now, and Robertson, the starting pitcher. 3 of the 5 players who showed up today and joined the team, as Holder takes ball 2, and it's 2-0. The other 2 are Owen Wild from Gonzaga and Connor Bain, an outfielder with the University of Oregon. He came in a little bit later as he was driving over. Here's the 2-0, taken for a strike by Taylor Holder. So Bain may or may not make an appearance here today, but you can expect to see him at some point this weekend. Holder takes the 2-1, a breaking ball that he thought was going to stay inside. Instead comes back over the plate, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. No score. Pippins looking to change that as Holder fouls one off back to the backstop. Chase Graves led off the inning with a base hit, moved to second on a pass ball and to third on a wild pitch before Connor Corballis walked with runners on the corners. Lajoie popped up to the shortstop, and Noah Williamson, a laser line drive right into the glove of Cody Darcy at third, 2 outs. And then Sam Olson walked to load the bases. Taylor Holder with a full count as he takes ball 3. So it's full count, 2 outs, bases loaded, no score in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, swung on and popped up. It looks like it stays in play, and it is as Grant Heiser makes the catch on the warning track, and Taylor Holder retired with the bases loaded and 2 outs. We'll head to the top of the second, no score from Yakima. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Robertson back on the mound for his second inning of work. So far, a productive first inning. Got Caden Connor to pop up to Cabalas in shallow center field, and then John Peck struck out swinging. Kobe Morales, the victim of a terrific play by Noah Williamson, diving and making the catch at the left field line. And that was all she wrote for the top half of the first. The Pippins load the bases in the bottom of the first, but can't produce another hit to push them around to score. So we remain scoreless as we head into the second. I mentioned Sam Olson and Taylor Holder, as well as Connor Bain, who's not in the starting lineup tonight, from the University of Oregon. And Owen Wild from Gonzaga University. Both those teams were part of the NCAA Division I Eugene Regional as part of the chase for the College World Series. Eugene Regional, of course, hosted in Eugene, Oregon by the University of Oregon. Here's the first pitch to Will Chambers, taken outside corner for a strike. Oregon and Gonzaga met on June 5th when Oregon defeated Gonzaga. Both teams were part of the winner's bracket at that point. Oregon won 7-3 on that one back on Saturday. The second pitch from Robertson, backdoor breaking ball. He's been able to locate that pitch well all game so far. So that knocked Gonzaga into the loser's bracket where they were defeated by LSU, who later made it to the championship game and had to defeat Oregon in 2 games and did. And so both teams knocked out earlier this week, joined the team here, and Will Chambers strikes out swinging to start the top of the second. Conversation between the home plate umpire and Sam Olson. Not really sure exactly what they're talking about. Not sure if it was something about that last pitch or talking about the batter. Here's Cody Darcy. Pops up first pitch swinging. Chase Graves ranging back. A few steps in front of the warning track. Now on the warning track and makes the catch for a quick out number 2. So both Oregon and Gonzaga eliminated from contention in the College World Series. And Yakima was on the road in Bellingham, so they joined the team here today. A couple of them arrived last night, but didn't join the team until today as the team got in late last night. Here's the first pitch taken for a strike by Cole Ehrman. 2 outs to start the top of the second. Here's the 0-1 from Robertson. They go back to the breaking ball, and it's in there for a strike. If there's any Ridgefield fans watching, you'll notice the Pippins pitchers will work at a pretty quick clip as they get Cole Ehrman swinging on 3 pitches. And it's 2 strikeouts in the inning to get the 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down. Kirby Robertson has faced the minimum through 2. We'll head to the bottom of the second. No score from Yakima. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
It's a cloud of uncertainty.
Enough!
With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
For the Pippins, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 to start things off in the bottom of the second. It'll be Alex Shanks, the DH here tonight. Here's the first pitch from Cooper Vasquez, inside near the head of Shanks and taken for a ball. Shanks hitting .200 so far this season. Has yet to walk. Takes the 1-0 for a strike. Shanks, who attends Gonzaga but was given an early release from the team as he made just one appearance on the year, takes the 1-1 for a strike. So he was able to start the season with the Pippins and now joined by teammate Owen Wild. Here's the 1-2 from Vasquez, swung on and missed, and they get Alex Shanks swinging. And Jordan Hara will step to the plate. Always a tough out, Jordan Hara is. 2 for 10 on the young season. Does have a walk as well. Here's the pitch. Taken outside corner for a strike. Hara, who tends to take the first pitch at least, if not until he gets a strike. Here's the 0-1. That one at the knees for a strike. Always tough to tell from up here in the press box whether a ball will be called a strike or not. Here's the 0-2, taken for a ball. Although that second strike to Hara did appear to be low. Here's the 1-2. Swings at that one. Soft ground ball to the left side. It's Jocks who makes the hard throw to first in time to retire Jordan Hara, and that's the second out of the inning.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade.
Here's the first pitch to Marenko, way outside for a ball. The Raptors swept Port Angeles in their first series of the season back on opening weekend. Here's the 1-0. Marenko swings and misses, and it's 1-1. Then played a tough series against Portland, who dealt them their first loss of the season. And then last night played to 13 innings before they finally won 10-9, as Marenko takes a ball outside. So the Pippins, who had a long bus ride back home, got in late last night, and the Raptors, who played a late game last night. Here's the 2-1, swung on and lined back just over the press box and into the parking lot behind Yakima County Stadium. And it's 2-2. Spencer Marenko, the bottom of the order, We'll see if he can start some offense for the Pippins. The 2-2 taken up high for a ball. That's a tough pitch to take for a lot of hitters. Marenko lays off that one. And the count is full. Here's the payoff pitch from Vasquez. They get him up high. And the Pippins go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. We'll head to the third. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 for Ridgefield when we come back. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Grant Heiser will lead things off for the Ridgefield Raptors here in the top of the third inning. No score. The Raptors yet to put a hit on the board. Pippins loaded the bases with 2 outs back in the first, but couldn't buy a base hit. Here's the first pitch to Heiser, taken for a ball. After Heiser, Reese Hernandez and Tanner Jocks will make their first appearances at the plate. Here's the 1-0. That one misses low. Heiser, who joined the team today. Here's the 2-0. Grounder right side. Spencer Marenko comes up on it, scoops it up over to first. And Grant Heiser is the first out of the third inning. Now send Reese Hernandez, the left-handed hitter, to the plate. Hernandez hitting 2 for 10 on the season. Does have 8 walks. Here's the first pitch to him. That one misses way outside for a ball. One 0, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. That one does catch the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. The Pippins opened opening weekend with a 2-1 record, and then 1-2 of 3 at Bellingham as Hernandez fouls one off out of play. Come into this game with a 4-2 record. That's the best record in the North Division coming into today. Here's the 1-2 up high, and Hernandez lays off for a ball. Underneath the Pippins in the North standings, Wenatchee and Walla Walla with 3-3 records, and then Port Angeles and Bellingham 2-4. Grounded over to the left side by Hernandez. Cabales has to be quick with it. The throw over is in time, and Reese Hernandez goes down, and the Raptors in danger of going 1-2-3 again here in the third inning. No base runners thus far for Ridgefield. Here's the first pitch to Tanner Jocks, taking for a ball. There's that breaking ball that Robertson likes to place on the inside corner to righties, outside corner to lefties. He comes back with it, and that one is in there for a strike. Although I don't have the official numbers, I do believe that Robertson has thrown more breaking balls than fastballs. He comes back with another one, and that's taken for a ball. Here's the 2-1 from Robertson. Outside corner, beautiful frame from Sam Olsen, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Kirby Robertson. Swung on, and he got a piece of it, and it's a foul ball as Olsen can't hold on to it. Jocks, the 9th hitter in the lineup for Ridgefield. Looking to do what the other 8 couldn't. The 2-2 pops it up out of play. Cloudy, overcast day here in Yakima. It did rain earlier, between about 2 and 3 o'clock. But the sun came out and helped dry it up. Here's the 2-2 again to Tanner Jocks. That one just misses below the knees for a ball, and it's a full count. 66 degrees. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Just some dramatic clouds overhead. Here's the 3-2. That one in the dirt. And Tanner Jocks is the first runner for Ridgefield here today with a walk. First pitch was at 7:02 p.m. today. 3 minutes ahead of schedule. And the Pippins generally have pretty quick games. The game last night was just over 3 hours long, the longest game of the season for the Pippins, as squaring around to bunt is Caden Connor. He pops it up foul on the third base side. Their fastest game was Tuesday night in Bellingham as they played, I believe it was 2 hours and 3 minutes against the Bells. Robertson working out of the stretch for the first time today. Comes set, runner on first, 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Nope, he throws over to first. And Jocks back in time. Robertson now comes set again for the 0-1. And here's the pitch. Popped up, center field, Graves ranging back, now slows down and camps out underneath it. So the Raptors do get a runner aboard in the top of the third, but a pop out ends things. We'll head to the bottom half of the third inning. Still no score from Yakima. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the...
Hadn't thrown a strikeout at all back in the first inning and struck out 2 out of 3 batters he faced in the second. Got the other one, Jordan Hara, to ground out. So he'll return to the top of the order for the bottom of the third. No score in Yakima. Chase Graves, who led off the bottom of the first inning with a base hit and then moved to second on a pass ball and to third on a wild pitch. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes that one outside for a ball. Graves can hurt you just about any way you let him, both with the bat. He's got a few extra base hits. Here's the 1-0. Takes that one for a strike. As well as on the base paths. Does have a stolen base. Hustles hard around the base paths when he has to. Here's the 1-1. Hard grounder left side. Jacques will pick it up over to first. And they get Graves by a step. And Connor Kobalas, who reached on a walk in the first inning, will step to the plate. Kobalas hitting just over 200 through the early part of the season. Does have 3 stolen bases to his name. Most on the team thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. He takes that one, and it's called a ball. Vasquez comes set and delivers the 1-0. Taken for a strike by Kobalas. Vasquez, who works out of the stretch with nobody on. Here's the 1-1. Line drive, shallow right field, will drop. The right fielder, Caden Connor, thought about trying to go to first to get Kobalas, but Kobalas, like I mentioned, does have some wheels, and that would have been a tough play anyways. So Kobalas on with a base hit. And Willie Lajoie, who popped up to shortstop Tanner Jacques. Back in the first inning, we'll get another opportunity here. They throw over to Kobalas at first, and he's back in standing. I mentioned Kobalas does have 3 stolen bases on the year. Let's see if he takes another chance here. Here's the first pitch to Lajoie, taken for a strike. Kobalas, with his walk back in the first inning, extended his on-base streak. Lajoie, his second plate appearance, has not reached yet. Here's the 0-1. Popped up line drive to center field. Reese Hernandez does have to range to his left to make the catch, but he does so. And there's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Noah Williamson, who was robbed by his own hit, really, lasered one directly into the glove of third baseman Cody Darcy back in the first. On what otherwise would have been at least a double, if not more. It would have gone down into that corner. And the corners of the outfield here in Yakima, not the most traditional of shape. They encourage a lot of odd ricochets off the fences as Williamson takes his first pitch for a ball. Here's the 1-0 to Williamson. He takes that one. He's buckled a little bit on the breaking ball, and it's called a strike. Kobalas on first base. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. No score. 1-1 count to Williamson. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit to the opposite field. It will drop for a base hit. Kobalas around to third. Williamson to second. It's slowly to get to it is Caden Connor. Kobalas rounding third. The play at the plate. The throw not in time. And Williamson with a triple to score Connor Kobalas from first. And you pretty much had to have those 2 guys, Kobalas on first and Williamson hitting, to end up with that result. Not a lot of guys would have been able to race around the base paths as quickly as those 2. And the outfield that was shaded to the left side against Williamson, who has tended to pull a lot of his hits. Williamson went opposite field, and what may have been an out with more standard positioning by the outfielders, or at most a base hit, was turned into an RBI triple for Williamson, and the Pippins lead 1-0 in the bottom of the third. Olsen with the 1-0 count. Vasquez steps off. Williamson on third now with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 to Olsen, taken for a ball. He walked back in the first inning to load the bases with 2 outs. Here's the 2-0. Swings at that one and lines it into the stands behind home plate. Mad dash for that foul ball as a lucky fan will be sent home with it. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and hard hit ball, right center field in the gap, and it will bounce on the warning track. Sam Olsen on his way to second. Williamson scores. And it's a stand-up double for the catcher in his Pippins debut. And the Pippins now out in front 2-0 in the bottom of the third. This is what the Pippins were hoping for when they had the bases loaded, but getting the job done here in the third. And Taylor Holder will look to get on base for the first time today after popping up to the catcher in the first to end the inning then. Sam Olsen, his teammate from Oregon, on second base. Here's the first pitch to Holder. That one misses way outside for a ball. Olsen hit that one into one of the deepest parts of the ballpark and still one-hopped the wall. Here's the 1-0. Hard grounder left side, fielded cleanly by Jocks over to first. And Taylor Holder grounds out to retire the side in the bottom half of the third, but not before the Pippins strike for two. They lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the fourth inning. From Yakima, you're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Back here at the Orchard, and Kirby Robertson, in his first appearance for the Pippins this season, finds himself with a 2-0 lead heading into the fourth inning. He was perfect through 2 innings with 3 strikeouts, and then in the third did walk a batter, Tanner Jocks. Otherwise, a pretty solid performance thus far from Kirby Robertson. We'll see if he can keep it going into the fourth. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Ridgefield. John Peck, Kobe Morales, and Will Chambers will lead things off for the Raptors. The second baseman, Peck, struck out swinging back in the first. Here's the first pitch from Robertson. That one breaks out of the zone for a ball. Has a little bit of activity down in the Ridgefield bullpen. Nobody up and throwing yet, but somebody was sent down to deliver some kind of message to them. Peck takes ball 2, and it's 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Hard line drive. Marenko has to play it on the hop. He initially doesn't field it cleanly. Over to first, and not in time, according to the field umpire. That's a tough play to make regardless, but it did look like he got the ball over in time, but the field umpire, with the much better view than me, disagrees. So with that, Kobe Morales will bat with a runner on first and no outs to start the top of the fourth. The first pitch to Morales, taken for a strike. Robertson looks over, now comes set. Here's the 0-1. They miss outside on the fastball, and it's 1-1 to the left fielder. Robertson set. The 1-1 with no outs. That one skips inside. Sam Olson picks it clean. Home plate umpire who saw his life flash before his eyes a little bit there. Was quick to get out of the way of a ball that did not get past Sam Olson. Here's the 2-1. Lined into right field. Will it stay fair? And no, it does not. Called a foul ball, and Kobe Morales might be the victim, the first victim here today of the odd dimensions at Yakima County Stadium. The majority of the outfield wall is shaped like any other wall, except right before it comes back to the lines on either corner, it juts right back towards home plate. So here's the 2-2 to Morales, who's hit on the hip. And because of the wall shape, to finish the point that I was starting there, because of that odd shape, it can be tough to gauge whether a ball stayed fair when it crossed or not when it crossed the foul pole. In that case, from this angle, it certainly looked like it might have stayed fair, but this is not the best angle to have to make that call. Home plate umpire in a little bit better position, although still a tough call to make from 400 feet away. So that brings Will Chambers to the plate with runners on first and second and no outs in the top of the fourth. He takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Chambers, who bats from the left side. Sacrifice situation, but he's the cleanup hitter, so not bunting in this at-bat. Takes the 0-1 for a ball. Chambers, who has 2 home runs in the early part of the season, hitting .476 for the Raptors, the DH tonight. Here's the 1-1. Gets a piece of it, but fouls it back to the backstop, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Robertson. They go up high to get him swinging, but he lays off, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs in the top of the fourth. They go outside breaking ball. Weird hop to Kobalas, but he manages to field it over to second and to first for the 6-4-3 double play. Moves the runner over to third, but now with 2 outs, the threat does seem less intimidating for Kirby Robertson. So Peck on at third now with 2 outs as Cody Darcy steps to the plate. Kirby Robertson looking to finish his 4th scoreless inning of work. First pitch misses inside for a ball. Here's the 1-0. That pitch missed high, it looks like, for a ball. And it's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Darcy. He checks his swing, but it's called a strike. Darcy hitting .259 coming into today. Flight out to center fielder Chase Graves back in the second. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball misses too far inside, and it's 3-1. Darcy, one of the first 8 batters of the game who were retired by Kirby Robertson before he finally gave up a walk. Here's the 3-1. They miss high and walk Darcy. Robertson, who was used as a starting pitcher at Columbia Basin. Some of the Pippins pitchers this season have been primarily used as relievers or didn't see a lot of innings this season, and they were trying to stretch him out. But Robertson should be in relatively good form. Here's the first pitch. Called a strike to Cole Ehrman. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. No score for Ridgefield. The Pippins scored 2 in the bottom of the third to give them the early lead. Here's the 0-1 to Ehrman, taken for a strike. Another breaking ball there. Ehrman, who will be a sophomore at Cal State Fullerton in the fall, was hitting 350 coming into today. Struck out back in the second. Here's the 0-2. Pops up out of play, first base side. And we'll try again. Ehrman getting the start at first base today for Ridgefield. Robertson shakes off Olsen. Now gets the call he likes. Here's the 0-2 with 2 outs. Hard line drive, straightaway center field. Graves on the run. It goes over his head and will bounce. The first run scores. Darcy on his way to third. He's getting sent around. Cabal is just now getting it in shallow center field, so he'll hold on to it. No relay to home, and the Ridgefield Raptors tie things up in the top of the fourth. Well, credit Cody Darcy for scoring from first on that ball. That if Sam Olsen's double was hit to almost the deepest part of the ballpark, that double from Cole Ehrman was hit to the deepest part of the ballpark, right next to the 406 numbers, out in almost straightaway center field. The first pitch to Grant Heiser is taken for a ball. 2 outs, now a runner on second as the game is tied at 2 in the top of the fourth. Here's the 1-0, taken for a ball by the catcher. Robertson set and delivers the 2-0. A pitch taken inside corner for a strike. That was the first hit of the game for the Raptors. A 2 RBI double. The 2-1 popped up out of play behind the grandstands. And the count is even 2-2. Robertson set, looks back at second, delivers the 2-2, swung on and missed. And Grant Heiser goes down swinging. The Raptors respond with 2 runs of their own, and the game is tied 2-2 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Back in Yakima County Stadium, the Pippins got on the board first in the bottom of the third with 2 runs, but then the Raptors responded with 2 of their own. And we're tied at 2. Cooper Vasquez will head out for the 4th inning. Just now finishing his warm-up pitches. He'll face Alex Shanks, Jordan Hara, and Spencer Marenko. Pippins so far sent 6 batters to the plate in the first inning. The bottom 3 of the order were retired in order in the second, and then sent another 6 to the plate in the third. We'll see if the bottom 3 can get something going here for the Pippins. The first pitch to Shanks, hard grounder, just foul on the third base side. Shanks looking to do better than the strikeout back in the second, the 0-1. He swings at that one in the dirt. Five strikeouts on the season, including the one from earlier today. Here's the 0-2 to Shanks. Gets a piece of that one and grounds it back towards his own dugout, and it's still 0-2 to him. The right fielder, here's the 0-2. Takes that one, and Ridgefield wanted that one called, but do not get it, and it's 1-2. Correction, not the right fielder. Shanks was listed as the right fielder, but then changed to the DH. Pops one up high around home plate in foul territory. 3 people converging on it. Cooper Vasquez, the pitcher, makes the catch at the line. It actually might have been fair if he hadn't caught it. I don't know whether the wind blew that one back or just the backspin on it. But Grant Heiser, who was following it pretty much off the bat, was at one point around the painted logo behind home plate. Here's the first pitch to Jordan Hara. He takes that for a strike. Hara, who told me he likes to watch the games back. We keep them archived on YouTube. You can always refer back to them. Lines that one foul down the first base line for a very long foul ball. Always trying to improve himself. Sees it as an opportunity to watch some film of his swings in game situations. So, Jordan, if you're watching this game a little bit later on, thanks for tuning in. Here's the 0-2. Swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. Heiser will pick it up and throw on over to first to retire Hara. Spencer Marenko with an opportunity with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. The Pippins looking to break the tie once more. short-lived lead as they were up 2-0. Here's the first pitch to Marenko. Taken low for a ball. Marenko struck out swinging with a full count back in the second to end the inning. Finds himself with nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Vasquez set and delivers. That pitch also misses low for a ball. Two balls and no strikes to the second baseman, Marenko. He takes the 2-0 for a strike. Second base, one of the positions for the Pippins that's seen a few different people get a start. Here's the 2-1. Pops that one out of play. Marenko got the start on opening day. Chaz Myers has started there. Here's the 2-2. Popped up. Shallow right field. To his right is Caden Connor. Calls for it and makes the catch. And the bottom three hitters again retired in order here in the bottom of the fourth. Well, to the top of the fifth, the game is tied 2-2 here from Yakima. We'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Back at Yakima County Stadium for the top of the fifth inning. And the Richfield Raptors responded to the 2 runs from the Pippins in the bottom of the third with 2 of their own in the top of the fourth. That's where we sit, tied at 2 as we go to the fifth. Reese Hernandez will lead things off. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Raptors. Hernandez hits from the left side. Here's the first pitch from Robertson. Outside corner, taken for a strike. Hernandez, who will be a senior at San Jose State University in the fall as the rain starts to fall here at Yakima County Stadium once more. Diving play by Lajoie. Picks it up over to first. Robertson covering, and a tremendous play by Willie Lajoie to get the first out of the inning here in the fifth. And I mentioned some ominous clouds overhead at the start of the game here in Yakima, but rain largely came out of nowhere, was not predicted to rain during the game at all. Here's the first pitch to Tanner Jocks, taken for a ball. Here's the 1-0 from Robertson. Popped up, right center field. Taylor Holder on the run. It goes over his head and bounces. Graves will pick it up on the warning track, and Jocks is in with a stand-up double of his own with 1 out in the top of the fifth. Not necessarily a hard rain, though. Certainly voluminous. 1 out, runner on second for Ridgefield in the top of the fifth, looking to break the 2-2 tie, and it's Caden Connor, the top of the order for the Raptors. Hits from the left side as well. will also be a sophomore at Cal State Fullerton, along with Cole Ehrman. Robertson and Olsen not on the same page. Now they agree. Set and delivers the first pitch, taken for a ball by Connor. Robertson coming into the inning, pitched 4 innings, only gave up 1 hit. The leadoff batter, John Peck, back in the 4th, they credited an error to Spencer Marenko on the tough play as Caden Connor takes ball 2 outside. So just the 1 hit, the RBI double from Cole Ehrman. And with that, I believe neither of those runs are earned. Here's the 2-0 from Robertson. Outside corner, strike 1. By my count, neither of those runs are earned because the second batter of the inning was hit, and then the Pippins turned a double play. And that would have ended the inning before the walk and the 2 RBI double from Darcy. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, grounded up the right side. Lajoie doesn't play it cleanly, now picks it up. He'll take it himself and step on the bag for out number 2 as Jocks moves over to third. And John Peck, who I just mentioned, reached on the error to lead off the 4th inning, will step to the plate. 0 for 2, struck out swinging, and then the error. Runner on third with 2 outs. The Raptors threatening to score again. Here's a pop-up right side. Holder charging in. Now looks like he's underneath it and makes the catch. To retire the side, Kirby Robertson. A little bit of excitement for him here in the top of the 5th, but nonetheless escapes the jam. And we're still tied at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th from Yakima. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Back here in Yakima for the bottom of the 5th inning. It's the top of the order once more for the Pippins. I mentioned in the 4th inning, they sent 6 batters to the plate in the 1st, and then the bottom 3 hitters of the order went down in order in the 2nd. 6 more hitters in the 3rd, and the same result in the 4th. So we'll see if they can send 6 more to the plate in the 5th. The first pitch taken by Chase Graves for a strike. Had a base hit back in the 1st and made it all the way around to 3rd, but Pippins couldn't score him and grounded out to the shortstop back in the 3rd. Another ground ball to shortstop Tanner Jocks. A hard throw into 1st and dug out of the dirt by Cole Ehrman for out number 1. That play was actually closer than it appeared because Ehrman didn't have a strong hold of that ball in his glove. It almost popped out. But Graves sent down to start the bottom of the 5th, and here's Connor Kobalis. The first pitch to him taken for a ball. Kobalis reached on a walk in the 1st, singled and later came around to score in the 3rd, takes the 1-0 for a strike. Here's the 1-1 from Vasquez. Grounded foul to head coach Kyle Crustangel, who makes the play and tosses it into his dugout. And it's 1-2 for the shortstop. Rain still coming down to a lot less at this point. Caballas with a line drive into left field for a base hit. Hard turn at first, but they get it in quickly. And Caballas has reached in 3 out of 3 plate appearances thus far with a pair of base hits. Willard Lejoie, who's got a couple of great plays over at first here today. Will step to the plate with Caballas on first and 1 out. Takes the first pitch up high for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Hard line drive to left field, but not deep enough as Kobe Morales makes the catch. Connor Caballas, who was trending towards second, has to race back. That one hard hit, but just too high angle-wise. Launch angle discussion, a real fine line. He had flattened that out a little more, might have made it out to the warning track or perhaps even the wall. 2 outs, Caballas on first for Noah Williamson. Takes the first pitch for a ball. The 1-0 misses again inside and high for a ball, and it's 2-0 to Williamson. Tripled home Caballas back in the 3rd inning. Here's the 2-0 from Vasquez. The same location and same result. It's 3-0 to Noah Williamson. Williamson hitting cleanup. Did his job back in the 3rd. Takes the 3-0 for a strike. Bit of a late call from the home plate umpire. Williamson was waiting patiently for the call and didn't hear a strike, so he had started to toss his bat away when the strike was finally called. 3-1 count to the left fielder. Big bat of Sam Olson up next. Here's the 3-1, and they missed that time to walk Williamson. Actually, the first walk of the season for Noah Williamson. And I'd have to go back and check the tape, but I think that's the first at-bat he's gone through that he didn't swing at a single pitch. So that brings Sam Olson to the plate. Doubled home Noah Williamson back in the 3rd inning. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. The first pitch misses up high for a ball. Pippins looking to break the 2-2 tie. Here's the 1-0. Hard chopper up the middle. Shortstop Tanner Jocks will pick it up and last minute decide to underhand it to Peck at second. They do get Williamson sliding in on the force out, and that does retire the side with a little bit of excitement from the Pippins in the bottom of the 5th. Led to the top of the 6th. The score still tied at 2. We'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
It's a cloud of uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh!
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the ice dome.
Out for a sixth inning of work. Has started to slow down a little bit in the fourth and fifth innings. We'll see how much longer he can continue. I haven't seen anyone warming up in the Yakima bullpen. The Raptors do have someone throwing now, though the warm-up jacket's still on for him. So I can't tell you who it is as Robertson finishes his warm-up pitches here for the Pippins. So Kobe Morales will hit out of the 3-hole here today. Popped up to the left fielder. The great play made by Noah Williamson back in the first inning. Was hit by a pitch in the fourth. First pitch swinging and skies that one to deep right field. Holder will look up and watch it go. It's a home run to lead off the sixth inning for Kobe Morales and give the Raptors a 3-2 lead. So with that, you might expect a little bit of activity down in the Yakima bullpen. We'll see if they get anyone going here in the top of the sixth. Robertson right back on the mound, working out of the windup. Here's the first pitch to Will Chambers, taken for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Inside half of the plate, called strike. By my count, that's the first earned run that Robertson has given up. As Kobe Morales homers to lead off the sixth. Soft ground ball, first base side. Lajoie picks it up, underhands to Robertson for the first out of the inning. Robertson, who hasn't had an opportunity to practice with the Pippins, just came in today. Seems to be working seamlessly with first baseman Willie Lajoie. Cody Darcy will step to the plate. He walked and came around to score. First pitch swinging and pops one up out of play along the first base side. Here's the 0-1 from Kirby Robertson. Swung at in the dirt and misses for strike two. Jacob Freed is the pitcher warming up in the Ridgefield bullpen. No activity in Yakima's thus far. Here's the 0-2 from Robertson. Popped up. Out of play again. And the count remains 0-2 to Darcy, looking for his first hit of the day. The Raptors played their first season in the West Coast League back in 2019. And this is their second season after not being able to play in 2020. Ball taken up high by Cody Darcy, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. That one misses low. Olsen can't keep it in front of him, but nonetheless taken for a ball, and it's 2-2. For the third baseman, Darcy. Will be a junior at Nichols State in the fall. Here's the 2-2. That one fouled straight back into the netting behind home plate. And Darcy stays alive once more. The Raptors didn't make the playoffs back in 2019, but did win the Team Sportsmanship Award. Also had the RBI leader, Michael Hicks, who played for them that year. Hit 50 RBI. Here's the 2-2. Inside, misses for a ball. So 3-2 count with one out. Here's the payoff pitch from Robertson. Breaking ball, gets him to swing. Grounder over to Kobalas, picks it up. Over to first, and Lajoie makes the catch right above the dirt for out number 2. Cole Ehrman, who had the 2 RBI double back in the 4th inning, will get an opportunity here with nobody on in the 6th. Kobe Morales led off the inning with a home run to give the Raptors a 3-2 lead. Here's the first pitch. Swung at for a strike by Ehrman. The 0-1 taken for a ball low. And here's Robertson with the 1-1. Breaking ball lined into left field. Williamson has to take a couple steps back. Now makes the catch. So excitement to start the inning as Kobe Morales with the leadoff home run, but then 1-2-3 after that. And Robertson threw 6 with 1 earned run, 3 runs total, and the Raptors lead 3-2. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Back at Yakima County Stadium, and the Raptors go to Jacob Freed out of the bullpen. He'll be a freshman at Loyola Marymount in the fall. Pippins do have somebody warming up down in their own bullpen, and I believe they will go to them when we get to the top of the 7th. It looks like Owen Wild, one of the fresh arms that showed up today for the Pippins. For Cooper Vasquez, the starter for Ridgefield, he threw 5 complete innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walked 3 and struck out 3. Had a few long innings, had a few short innings. And it looks like Freed about set to get going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Raptors just took a 3-2 lead after the leadoff home run in the top of the 6th from Kobe Morales. Leading off for the Pippins will be Taylor Holder, the right fielder. First pitch to him, swinging, and grounds it foul along the third base side. It's 6, 7, and 8 for the Pippins. So far, all 4 of the bottom hitters in the lineup have yet to reach base for Yakima. Here's the 0-1 to Holder. Misses for a ball. Here's the 1-1 from Freed. Grounds it almost the same location, just a little bit harder hit down the third base side, and it's foul, 1-2. Holder flied out to the catcher back in the first and grounded out to shortstop Jocks in the third. Fouls one off the glove of Grant Heiser. Home plate umpire going to go ahead and give Heiser a little bit of time here. Maybe he thought it got a little more than the glove. Maybe it did get a little more of the glove. Either way, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Taylor Holder when we return from the quick breather. Holder, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 6th. Pippins trailing 3-2. Here's the 1-2 from Freed. They go outside in the dirt and miss for a ball. Holder lays off. Pippins so far have left 6 runners on base here today through 5 innings. Holder pops one up out of play along the first base side. They left 10 runners on base back on Tuesday in Bellingham, 7 on Wednesday, and then 10 again on Thursday. Left 10 runners on Thursday and still scored 6 runs. Here's the 2-2 grounder right at shortstop Tanner Jocks over to first in time, and Taylor Holder is the first out of the inning for the Pippins. When I talked to head coach Kyle Crustangel back in the middle of the week in Bellingham, he just talked about how they weren't situationally hitting that well with runners on. They weren't moving them over. Here's Alex Shanks, first pitch swinging, another ground ball over to Jocks. He picks this one up. One hops first baseman Cole Ehrman, who picks it clean. And a quick second out is Alex Shanks, bringing Jordan Hara to the plate with 2 outs. Hara, who grounded out in the second and struck out swinging in the fourth, is now 2 for 12 on the season. Pitch to him, taken low for a ball. Freed so far with a relatively quick 2 outs to start his appearance here in the 6th. Here's the 1-0 to Hara. Sounded like it broke his bat. It's a soft grounder up the middle that Jocks picks up and throws to first. It's a 6-3 put out for all 3 outs of the inning here in the 6th. When we go to the 7th, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 for Ridgefield as they try to add to their 1-run lead. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Back here at Yakima County Stadium, one lucky fan, Tiffany, just went home with $50 thanks to the Legends Casino dice roll. Just one part of the in-game entertainment here at the Orchard. We're about to start the 7th inning. The Raptors lead 3-2. Tonight's 7th inning brought to you by the Yakima Herald Republic. For all the game reports and news about the Pippins, read the Yakima Herald Republic either in print or online. The Yakima Herald Republic, they tell the Pippins stories. So far, the story tonight, relatively even match between the first place in the North Division Pippins and the first place in the South Division Raptors. The Pippins started the scoring in the bottom of the third inning when Connor Caballos reached on a base hit and Noah Williamson tripled him home. Sam Wilson followed that up with an RBI double. Here to start things off in the top of the seventh is Owen Wild for the Pippins, pitching against Grant Heiser, the first pitch taken for a ball. Wild making his first appearance of the season for the Pippins after coming to the team from Gonzaga. The second pitch to Heiser, also taken for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to the catcher. Hitting out of the 7th spot of the order, the 2-0 swung on and lined into shallow right field. It'll drop in front of Taylor Holder, and Heiser on with a leadoff base hit in the 7th. The Raptors responded in the top half of the 4th. John Peck reached on an error by second baseman Spencer Marenko. It was a tough hop on a play to make and kept it in front of him but couldn't get it over to first in time. And Kobe Morales was hit by a pitch. Pippins did turn a double play that left Peck on third. Cody Darcy would walk, and Cole Ehrman would double them both home to score the 2 runs for the Raptors in the 4th. First pitch to Reese Hernandez taken after he squares around a bunt for a ball, and it's 1-0. And then in the top of the 6th inning, Kobe Morales led things off with a solo home run to break the tie and give the Raptors a 3-2 lead. Here's the 1-0 to Hernandez, squares around again, takes, and it's called a strike. Jordan Hara playing third base today, his first start at third base this season for the Pippins. Crashing in when Hernandez squares around to bunt. Lajoie staying right around the baseline. As the 1-1 taken for a ball. No attempt to bunt on that one from Hernandez. Hernandez, who was robbed by a great play by Willie Lajoie to lead things off in the 5th inning, as Wild throws over to first. But Heiser back in safely. Hernandez, left-handed hitter, runner on first, no outs in the top of the 7th. The Raptors looking to add to a 3-2 lead. Wild set. Here's the 2-1, lined foul and out of play, deep down the third baseline, and it's 2-2 to him. Wild, who was signed to play for the Pippins back in 2020 before the West Coast League season was canceled, makes his way to Yakima this year. Off the end of the bat and down the third baseline, it hits the edge of the grass and rolls foul. Olsen will pick it up. Foul. So the count remains 2-2 to Hernandez with the runner on first and no outs in the top of the 7th. Wild, who just finished his freshman year at Gonzaga. Here's the 2-2 to Hernandez. Swung on and called a foul ball. I guess he got just enough of it as it popped out of the glove of Sam Olsen. Stays alive. Count is even still, 2-2. Grant Heiser, who singled the lead off the inning on first with no outs here in the top of the 7th. After Hernandez will be the bottom of the order, Tanner Jocks. Timeout called at the plate. Wild now set for the 2-2. Looks over, now throws over to first. Heiser back in safely. Wild, who set his high school, Gig Harbor High School, their single-season strikeout record after retiring 112 batters in 78 innings back in 2019. Foul ball off the bat of Reese Hernandez, and I think On the backswing, he got a piece of Sam Olson, so the umpire is going to go ahead and give him a moment. Count remains 2-2. Olson says he's okay. Gives the old thumbs up. Wild graduated from high school in 2020. Didn't get a full senior season at Gig Harbor because of the pandemic. Comes set and throws over to first. And Heiser not going anywhere, but getting plenty dirty here on this turn on the base paths. No outs. Heiser on first. 2-2 count. Here's the eighth pitch of the at-bat. Popped up left side. Cabalas ranging back, makes the call for it. Just into the grass in left field and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So Tanner Jocks will step to the plate, the bottom of the order. With a 1 out. Walked back in the third inning, doubled in the fifth, was stranded both times. Wild looks over to first, now comes set for the first pitch, taken for a strike by Jocks. Jocks, who bats from the right side against the right-handed pitching Owen Wild. Timeout called at home plate again. Wild, who does work a little bit slower than Kirby Robertson was. Throws over to first again. Lajoie doesn't pick it cleanly, but it does stay in front of him. Took him a second to find it, but now picks it up. Heiser still at first base. No balls and 1 strike for Jocks with 1 out in the top of the 7th. The pitch misses high for a ball, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Wild comes set and delivers and misses again. Ball 2. Behind now 2 balls and 1 strike to Jocks, who's yet to be retired this evening. After him, it'll be the top of the order and Caden Connor. Here's the 2-1. Outside corner taken for strike 2, and the count is even 2-2. Kirby Robertson, by the way, went 6 complete innings, gave up 3 hits, walked 1, struck out 3. Gave up 3 runs, though just 1 of them was earned. The 2-2 taken, and breaking ball must have missed somewhere. It's a full count. That looked like exactly where Sam Olson wanted it, but didn't get the call on that one. So full count, 1 out, runner on first. Here's the payoff pitch. They miss high and walk Tanner Jocks. And not how you want to start your appearance when you're facing the 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters. Gave up a base hit, pop up, and then walks Tanner Jocks to get to the top of the order with 2 guys on and 1 out in the top of the 7th. The Raptors, who just took a 1-run lead in the 6th inning off of Kobe Morales' leadoff home run, looking to add to it here. Here's the first pitch to Connor, taken for a strike. And timeout called by Sam Olson, who will head out for a quick conversation with Owen Wild. This is the first inning of work for Wild, and he just put a runner on second. So you imagine the conversation is about making sure they're on the same page signs-wise. And it looks like they've got everything sorted. No balls and 1 strike to Caden Connor, the right fielder tonight for the Raptors.
Runners on first and second with one out. Wild looks in. And now comes set. Here's the 0-1. Swung on left side through the infield into left field. Williamson charging on it. He will throw to third, and the run will score. It's Grant Heiser who scored from second, and the ball got away from third baseman Jordan Hara, and all the runners move up another base. Well, just compounds the error there, or what was just a base hit that gave up one run. Now an even bigger opportunity for the Raptors with runners on second and third and a 2-run lead. So here's the first pitch to John Peck. He takes that one low and away for a ball. Rather than throw towards the cutoff, Williamson went straight to third, and actually I believe it was Connor Cabalas who was covering third on that play as the 1-0 taken by John Peck. Infield playing in with runners on second and third and one out. Here's the pitch from Wild on the outside corner for a strike. And it's 2-1. Wild, try not to let the inning get away from him. Misses high for a ball, and he's now behind 3-1 to Peck. And one ball away from loading the bases with one out. The starting pitching for the Pippins thus far has, for the most part, turned in a number of quality starts. Here's the 3-1 swung on and missed by Peck, and the count is full. And once they get to the relievers, they start to break down and have trouble with walks and wild pitches. So with the 3-2 count to Peck, runners on second and third, the pitch, they get John Peck swinging. And Wild with 2 outs now after the strikeout. That brings the big bat of Kobe Morales back up to bat with 2 runners on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. He gave the Raptors the lead for the first time in the top of the 6th with a leadoff home run. Let's see what he does here in the bottom of the 7th. The first pitch lined back to the netting behind home plate. Foul ball, strike 1. Morales hitting over 300 so far in the early part of the season. Here's the 0-1. They go low, and Morales lays off. It's 1-1. Long first inning for Owen Wild in the top of the 7th so far. Giving up 2 hits. Here's the 1-1. Popped up left side. Foul, but might still be in play. Williamson slides, and that's a scary slide as his cleat got hooked up in the fencing on the left field side. The ball does go out of play. Noah Williamson, who leaps up against the wall on every home run that's gone over his head and likes to slide into the fence or leap into the fence if a ball is going out of play. You like the effort, but there's always that little bit of fear that might twist an ankle or something. Here's the 1-2. They go up high and get Kobe Morales swinging, and Owen Wild escapes, giving up just the 1 run in the top of the 7th. Raptors lead 4-2 when we come back for the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch here at Yakima County Stadium. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
3 groundouts to shortstop Tanner Jocks in the bottom of the 6th inning. Spencer Marenko will lead off. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Pippins as we get going in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Raptors leading 4-2. Here's the first pitch from Fried. First pitch swinging, line drive hit right at Reese Hernandez. Takes a couple of steps, one back and one to his left, and then makes the catch for out number 1. Chase Graves, who had a base hit back in the first, hasn't been able to reach since. Here's the first pitch from Fried. Swung on again, first pitch swing, hard line drive. This time, Hernandez has to move to his right to make the catch, but he does make the catch, and it's 2 pitches and 2 outs for the Pippins in the bottom of the 7th, and Connor Cabales coming to the plate, who has yet to be put out by Richfield. Walk and 2 base hits. Here's the first pitch from Fried. That one inside, almost hit him, but taken for a ball. Cabales. Here's the 1-0. They go up high again and inside and miss. And it's 2-0. Fried delivers. That one also misses. Not exactly sure where on that one. It's 3 balls and no strikes. I suspect if he threw that exact same pitch right now on 3-0, he'd probably get the call. Here's the 3-0 from Fried. And does get a called strike. So Cabales looks at 4 straight pitches to start his at-bat after the first 2 batters in the inning swung at the first. Here's the 3-1. Takes ball 4, and Connor Cabales on for the 4th time today, his 2nd walk. And that brings Willie Lajoie, who, in a rare occurrence, has yet to reach base. Cabales leads off on first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. The Raptors lead 4-2. The first pitch to Lajoie, taken outside for a ball. Fried comes set and delivers the 1-0. Outside corner taken for a strike, and the count is 1-1 to the first baseman, Lajoie. Popped out back in the first, lined out to center field in the 3rd, and lined out to the left fielder in the 5th. Here's the 1-1. They go off speed, and Heiser couldn't find it, though he stopped it in front of him. So it's a ball to Lajoie, and Cabales, who saw the ball the entire time, did not take off for second. Heiser thought it got underneath his glove and went back to the backstop, but in fact he had almost caught it in fact. So here's the 2-1 to Lajoie. Hard line drive. That'll drop for a base hit, and Lajoie on with a 2-out single, putting runners on first and second. And with that, both Lajoie and Caballas extend their on-base streaks to 7 straight games to start the season. That brings Noah Williamson with another opportunity to make things happen on offense. He had a great defensive play back in the first, a diving play back towards the left field line to end the first. Tripled home the first run of the game for the Pippins in the third. Also walked in the fifth. First pitch swing, line drive into right center field. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Caballas will score. Lajoie on his way to third. He's getting sent home as well. Williamson will stretch his hit into a third, slides in safely, and Noah Williamson, have yourself a day. The second triple of the game, and this one ties the game at 4 in the bottom of the 7th. And now a mound visit for Ridgefield, understandably. 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning for Jacob Freed, but then a walk to Connor Caballas, a base hit to Willie Lajoie, and a triple to Noah Williamson. Williamson now has 6 extra base hits in 7 games. When he connects on a baseball, he really punishes you for it. Williamson, who hit 5th in the first couple of the games of the season and then moved up to the cleanup spot and has been making it work thus far. Changed up his approach during the road trip to Bellingham, and it's also paying off, though he swung at the first pitch in his last at-bat. First pitch to Sam Olson, taken low and away for a ball. But the approach being more patient, taking more pitches, that also sets things up to get a fastball on the first pitch when people think you're going to take it. Olson lines one into straightaway center field, and the third out of the inning is made as Reese Hernandez makes the catch. Hernandez caught all 3 outs, but in between the second and third, the Pippins with a walk, a base hit, and a triple to tie things up. It's 4-4 as we head to the 8th inning. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Here in Yakima, Noah Williamson with his second triple of the night ties things up in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 8th. Game is tied 4-4. So far for the Raptors, it's been 4 runs on 5 hits. They have no errors in this one. The Pippins have scored 4 runs on 7 hits. They have committed 2 errors. Owen Wild will pitch the 8th inning. There are a couple of pitchers up in the bullpen for the Pippins. And also one in the Raptors bullpen. For the Raptors, it's Joey Martin getting loose. Pippins bullpen, a little more obstructed view, harder to get those numbers. Leading off for the Raptors, it'll be Will Chambers, the cleanup hitter today. He takes the first pitch up high for a ball. Chambers, a left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from the righty Wild. The 1-0 taken for a ball as well, and it's 2-0. Wild in the 7th inning gave up just 2 hits. The 1 run that came around to score, walked 1 and struck out 2. And the 2-0 taken for a strike by Chambers. Gave up a base hit to lead off the inning to Grant Heiser, and then a 1-out walk to Tanner Jocks as the 2-1 taken low and away for ball 3, and it's 3-1. And then Caden Connor singled home Heiser from second. The 3-1 lined into right center field for a base hit. And Will Chambers gets things started in the 8th inning with a base hit of his own. That's the first time he's reached today. And that brings Cody Darcy to the plate. Walked back in the 4th inning and was one of the 2 runs that scored on the double from Cole Ehrman. So Chambers on first. His lead takes him all the way to the cutout edge of the infield grass on the first base side. Darcy checks the swing on the first pitch. They'll ask the field umpire, and he'll say he held up for a ball. Timeout called as one of the warm-up throws from Joey Martin got away from the bullpen catcher. Went on the field. 1-0 count to Darcy with Chambers on first and no outs in the top of the 8th. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 1, and it's 1-1 to the third baseman. I believe it's Dan Blanchard warming up in the Yakima bullpen. Would be getting warm for a potential 4th appearance of the season in 7 games. As Darcy waves that one to make the count 1-2. But you couldn't blame the Pippins for going to Blanchard if they do. 3 appearances, he's given up no earned runs over 6 1/3 innings pitched. Here's the 1-2 from Wild. Swung out and missed, strike 3. They threw it down to first, but Chambers back in safely. 1 out after Cody Darcy strikes out swinging. And in the top of the 8th, Cole Ehrman steps to the plate with 1 out and that runner on first. Here's the first pitch to Cole Ehrman from Owen Wild. Swung out and missed. And Wild now looks to get into a little bit of a rhythm here in the 8th after a rough patch in the 7th. Game tied in the top of the 8th, 4-4. Noah Williamson's 2-run triple just tied things up in the bottom half of the 7th. 1 out, runner on first. The 0-1 taken for a ball. One ball, 1 strike, and 1 out for Cole Ehrman with the runner on first. Here's the pitch. Swings at that one and misses, and it's 1-2. This is the kind of pitching that the Pippins coaches knew Owen Wild was capable of. Might have just had to shake off some nerves in his first inning out here in summer ball. Owen chants break out in the crowd. The 1-2 taken and misses just high for a ball. And the count is even at 2-2. Wild, who I mentioned, works at a slightly slower pace. than Kirby Robertson, the starter, did, and indeed a slower pace than most of the pitching staff thus far for the Pippins. Here's the 2-2 from Wild. Swung at and missed on a pitch up high, and it's the second strikeout of the inning for Owen Wild. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Grant Heiser, we'll see what he can do. Led off the 7th inning with a base hit. Came around to score the 4th run for the Raptors. Heiser, who hits from the right side. Here's the first pitch to him. Taken outside corner, strike 1. Will Chambers on first, led off the inning with a base hit, followed by the 2 strikeouts. Grounded over to shortstop Connor Cabal, so flip it to second for out number 3. And Owen Wild with a much better 8th inning than the 7th. Gives up no runs despite the leadoff base hit from Will Chambers. We'll take things into the bottom of the 8th as the Pippins look to break the tie again. Tied at 4. We'll be right back. You're tuned into the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
It's a cloud of uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Back here at Yakima County Stadium, and Joey Martin will come into the game to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning for the Ridgefield Raptors. For Jacob Freed, he went 2 complete innings, gave up 2 hits. The 2 runs in the 7th, both of them were earned, did walk 1 as well. No strikeouts for him over 2 innings. Joey Martin will take over, looking to hold the score where it is, tied at 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. He'll face hitters 6, 7, and 8, Taylor Holder, Alex Shanks, and Jordan Hara. And as I mentioned before, the bottom 4 hitters in the order for the Pippins yet to reach base. Together they've struck out 3 times, grounded out 5 times, and flew out a few times as well. They'll look to get things started here as the Pippins look to take a late lead. They started the scoring back in the bottom of the 3rd with 2 runs, but the Raptors responded in the top of the 4th with 2 of their own. Nobody scored in the 5th. The Raptors took a 3-2 lead in the 6th, made it 4-2 in the 7th. And then in the bottom of the 7th, the big 2-run triple off the bat of Noah Williamson tied things up at 4. So Taylor Holder will lead things off against the left-handed thrower, Joey Martin. First pitch taken for a strike. Martin works out of the windup with nobody on. They go up high and get Holder to swing, and he's behind 0-2. Popped out to the catcher in the first, grounded out a couple of times after that. Holder did. Here's the 0-2. They go inside and get him looking on a pitch that looked to be at or below the knees. And Alex Shanks will try. He has a strikeout tonight. Here's the first pitch from Martin. Swung at and missed. Strike one. With that strikeout by Taylor Holder, now each of the bottom four hitters in the order have a strikeout today as Shanks takes strike two, and he's in the hole 0-2 as well. 5 straight strikes thrown to start the outing for Joey Martin. See what he does with 0-2. And they get Alex Shanks swinging. So make it 6 straight strikes. And Jordan Hara will attempt to break the cycle of 1, 2, 3 innings that the Pippins offense has allowed in all of the even innings thus far, the 2nd, 4th, and 6th innings. They've gone down in order. Here's the first pitch to Hara. Takes low and away for the first pitch thrown by Joey Martin. First ball thrown by Joey Martin, rather. Here's the 1-0. He takes that one for a ball as well. And Hara already with a better start to his at-bat, just by virtue of getting a couple of bad pitches to look at. Martin through the windup. Here's the 2-0. They go up high. That misses for a ball, and Hara ahead 3-0. No doubt will be taking this pitch. With 2 outs, nobody on. The 3-0 he does take, and it's low for ball 4. And he does break the cycle. The first batter in an even inning for the Pippins to reach base as Jordan Hara walks with 2 outs, and that sends Spencer Marenko, the 9th hitter in the lineup, to the plate. Marenko getting the start at second base today. Hara leads off at first against the left-handed pitcher Martin. Here's the first pitch, taken for a strike by Marenko. With left-handed pitchers having the ability to lift their leg and throw over to first, it can be tough as a base runner. Hara went back to first base when Martin started his delivery. Here's the 0-1, taken for a ball by Spencer Marenko. Part of what makes it difficult is that Joey Martin has yet to look at Jordan Hara, which as a base runner can sometimes indicate that he's trying not to give away that he's about to throw over. Here's the 1-1, taken for a ball. I think in this case, Martin is just focused on the batter, but Hara certainly having a little bit of difficulty over at first base, reading Joey Martin. 2-1 count to Spencer Marenko. Hara on first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch misses up high for a ball, and Marenko ahead 3-1. Behind him, it's Chase Graves in the top of the order. If Marenko can move the ball down the line. Here's the 3-1. Swung at in a big swing, but a miss from Spencer Marenko, and the count is full. Hara on first, bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 4. 2 outs, 3 balls, and 2 strikes. Martin with the payoff pitch. Hara running, and Marenko waves and misses for strike 3 and out number 3 in the bottom of the 8th. We'll head to the 9th, still tied at 4. We'll see if someone can break it when we come back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Back at Yakima County Stadium, and it is Dan Blanchard warming up on the mound for the Pippins, here to pitch in the 9th inning. A reliable pitcher for the Pippins so far, where reliability out of the reliever role has been not entirely consistent. He's pitched in the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and now 7th games of the season for the Pippins, through 2 1/3 innings back on Wednesday, and he's here to pitch the 9th. And if we go further than 9, I would assume or expect him to stay in for a 10th, and then from there we'd have to see how his arm is feeling. But definitely out here for the 9th. Through 3 appearances, 0 ERA in 6 1/3 innings, as I was mentioning earlier, has struck out 7, giving up just 3 walks, and batters are hitting .136 against him. The most successful relief pitcher in the early part of the season for the Pippins thus far, by far. And he'll look to hold the Ridgefield offense here in the top of the 9th inning. We'll start with the 8th hitter, Reese Hernandez, then move to Jocks, and then the top of the order, Caden Connor. Here's the first pitch from Blanchard. This is high and outside for a ball. Blanchard works out of the windup with nobody on. The 1-0 misses outside as well, and it's 2-0. Here's the 2-0. That one in there for a strike, taken by Hernandez. Hernandez grounded out twice. Flew out to shortstop Cabales as well. Pops one up shallow center field. Graves racing in and will make the catch for out number 1. That ball just hung up long enough for Graves to catch up to it. Tanner Jocks will step to the plate. Walked in the 3rd and 7th innings, doubled back in the 5th. Has yet to come around to score, though. Stranded all 3 times he reached. Here's the first pitch to Jocks. Inside half of the plate, but off for a ball. I mentioned the top of the order coming up next for Ridgefield. A swing and a miss from Jocks, and it's 1-1. Both teams came in today at the top of their divisions, and so far an even matchup. Pops one up, middle of the infield. Blanchard at the back of the mound now gets called off by Jordan Hara, who will bring it down for the 2nd out. Certainly, if you're the Pippins coaches, you'd like to see Blanchard not even try to go off the back of the mound to make the catch. So certainly grateful that he was called off and one of the infielders made the play instead. So it's Caden Connor, the right fielder, who had a base hit back in the 7th that scored the 4th run of the game for Ridgefield. Here's the first pitch from Blanchard, taken outside corner for a strike. For the Pippins in the bottom of the 9th, they'll get the top of the order, 1, 2, and 3. It'll be Graves, Cabales, and LaJoie with Williamson to follow. Here's the 0-1. Lined into left center field. It'll be at least a base hit. Graves with a great line on it, but testing the arm and going to second is Connor. The relay pops out of the glove of Spencer Marenko, and Caden Connor with a double, a two-out double in the ninth inning. Ridgefield hoping that wakes up the bats here in the ninth inning as John Peck steps to the plate. He reached on an error in the fourth and came around to score the first run of the game for the Raptors. 2 outs, runner on second, the first pitch to Peck, he takes 4 strikes. To their credit, the bullpen, especially from Ridgefield, has been energetic and in this game from the beginning. Jumping out of their seats every time a Ridgefield player makes a good play or gets a base hit. Here's the 0-1 to Peck. That one misses far outside for a ball, and it's 1-1 to the second baseman. Peck will be a freshman at Pepperdine University in the fall. Bats here with 2 outs, runner on second, tie game 4-4 in the top of the ninth. Here's the 1-1 from Blanchard, swung at and popped up into right field. Taylor Holder ranging over, sets up shot and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So Caden Connor with a 2-out double, but the Ridgefield offense strands him there. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth. The Pippins looking to walk things off. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Back here at Yakima County Stadium, and it's the top of the order for the Pippins, who will face Joey Martin, who comes back out for a second inning of work. Struck out 3 batters in the 8th inning and walked 1. Chase Graves will start things off for the Pippins. Chase Graves, who the Yakima fans remember for his big 2-run home run back on opening night. See if he can do something similar here to start the bottom of the ninth. Swings and misses at the first pitch for a strike. Graves, who's 1 for 4 tonight, had a base hit all the way back in the first, moved to third on a pass ball and a wild pitch, but then was stranded there. Here's the 0-1, swings and misses at that one too, and needs to be careful not to get too eager. This top part of the offense for the Pippins can put some hits together, so he doesn't need to do it all with one swing. The 0-2, he takes low for a ball. Martin through the motion. Here's the 1-2. Graves gets a piece of it to stay alive. After Graves, it's Connor Kobalis and then Willie Lajoie. Both of them have scored today. Here's the 1-2 again. And they get Graves swinging on the off-speed pitch for the first out of the bottom of the ninth. Connor Kobalis, with his opportunity in the bottom of the ninth, has reached all 4 times he's stepped to the plate. 2 walks and 2 singles. Has scored twice as well. Squares around to bunt, pulls it back, and takes the first pitch for a ball. And he showed bunt. Third baseman Cody Darcy did scramble in. Goes back to normal depth. Caballas doesn't square around and takes the second pitch for a called strike on the outside half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out for Caballas. And tried to hold up, but instead did swing at a ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. I'm surprised the home plate umpire had to check with the field umpire. It was pretty obviously a swing from Caballas. Here's the 1-2. Gets a piece of it, fouls it back to the backstop, and it's 1-2 again. So Graves had a 1-2 count, fouled one off. And Caballas with a 1-2 count, fouls one off. Here's the 1-2 again. Swings late on that one, but gets a piece of it and fouls it off as well. We'll reset and try again. Martin in the windup. Here's the 1-2. Caballas takes that one for a ball. He almost thought he might have gotten rung up on that one. So the count is even 2-2 with 1 out. Bottom of the 9th inning, nobody on. The 2-2 swings and misses. And the second strikeout in a row to start the bottom of the 9th. It's Willie Lajoie who will step to the plate looking to get the offense going. He's 1 for 4 as well. Singled back in the 7th. Takes the first pitch high and outside for a ball. Lajoie and Caballas both scored on the 2-run triple off the bat of Noah Williamson in the 7th inning that tied things up. Here's the 1-0. Checks his swing. They'll ask the field umpire, who says he did hold up, and it's ball 2. Lajoie ahead 2-0. Here's the pitch from Martin. Takes that one for the first strike of the at-bat. Two outs. Nobody on for the Pippins. Here's the 2-1. Takes that one low, and it's a ball. And he's ahead 3-1. Lajoie looking to get aboard here with 2 outs. Here's the 3-1. Swings and pops one up. Shallow left field. Calling for it is Tanner Jocks, but called off by Kobe Morales, who will make the catch and retire the side. And we've got some free baseball here on this beautiful Friday night in Yakima. We'll be right back to start the 10th, tied at 4. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Gave up just the one hit in the 9th, otherwise a clean inning for him. Doesn't usually rack up too many strikeouts, pitches to contact, and is pretty successful with that strategy. It's like a number of the pitchers on this staff here with the Pippins. Works quickly, throws a lot of strikes, and just tends to outwork opposing hitters. He'll be facing Kobe Morales, who had the leadoff home run back in the 6th that gave the Raptors a 3-2 lead at the time. He'll be followed by Will Chambers and then Cody Darcy. Morales, left-handed hitter against the righty Blanchard. Here's the pitch. Grounded right back up the middle underneath the glove of Dan Blanchard. Will trickle into center field. And Kobe Morales on with a leadoff base hit to start the 10th inning. A timeout called by Ridgefield as they'll talk to Morales as well as the pinch hitter Hector Infante. That will be hitting for Will Chambers. And now the Pippins will use the opportunity to meet on the pitcher's mound and talk things over. More than likely, Ridgefield talking about a bunt play that they would like to put on. And so the Pippins taking the opportunity to talk over who's covering where. Jordan Hara playing third base for the first time this season for the Pippins. Spencer Marenko and Connor Cabales, not unfamiliar with being up the middle with each other. And Willie Lajoie, who's played every game at first base, consists of the Pippins infield. The first pitch, squared around by Infante, pushes the bunt down the first base line. Lajoie will pick it up and step on the first base bag. He had no chance to throw Morales out at second, so they retire Infante at first, and Infante does his job to lead off the 10th inning. Morales with the base hit, and Infante with the sacrifice bunt. Now head coach Kyle Crustangel coming out to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. The home plate umpire, it looks like they're talking about, since he's looking at the lineup, I'm guessing this is a conversation about batting out of order, or perhaps the Infante, who was not listed on the lineup as a substitute with the number 3. Some sort of discrepancy with the lineup card. Now, Chris Coda and Kyle Crustangel, along with the home plate umpire, having the discussion. Looks to have satisfied Crustangel at least. So Cody Darcy will hit with Kobe Morales on second base and 1 out. Behind him is Cole Ehrman. Darcy, who walked back in the 4th inning, hasn't reached otherwise. 1 for 3. Actually 0 for 3. Here's the first pitch to him. Hard hit grounder. Stopped by Cabales. He picks it up. Hard throw over to first. Lajoie stretches out and makes the catch. And it's the second out of the inning. And Connor Cabales with a tremendous play at shortstop. Depending on how this inning goes, that might become very important, as it left nowhere to go for Kobe Morales. And now pitching coach Kelly Fitzpatrick quickly runs out and calls time, and they'll talk things over with Blanchard on the mound, with Ehrman up to bat. Ehrman, who had the 2-run double back in the 4th inning to score the first and second runs for Ridgefield. The tough part about this Raptors lineup is that they've been able to put guys on and score runs from the top, middle, and bottom of the order. So there really is no breather once you get to a certain point. Fitzpatrick done talking to Blanchard on the mound. Blanchard, who just finished up his year at Yakima Valley College, pitching for Kelly Fitzpatrick. And they're going to go ahead and walk Cole Ehrman. They'll put him on. And that brings Grant Heiser to the plate. Interesting choice after they just went out to talk to to Blanchard. Seemingly discussing the strategy to pitch to Ehrman, though they could have known they were going to walk Ehrman and been talking about Heiser. Or they could be buying time for the bullpen. There's somebody getting warmed down there. So that brings Grant Heiser, the catcher, to the plate. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Blanchard comes set, looks back a second, now delivers the first pitch. Lined back into the netting behind home plate. Joey Camerata is the pitcher that has finished warming up in the Yakima bullpen. If things get out of hand here, here's the 0-1 from Blanchard. They go low and away and miss, and it's 2-0. Sorry, 1-1 to Heiser. Blanchard looks in. Olsen calls the pitch. Blanchard set. Here's the 1-1. They go outside and miss off the plate again. So Kobe Morales led off the inning with a base hit, was moved to second on a sacrifice bunt from Hector Infante. And Cody Darcy put out by Connor Cabales' diving play at shortstop that kept Morales at second. They intentionally walked Cole Ehrman and Grant Heiser with a 2-1 count and 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The pitch just taken up high for a ball, and it's 3-1. Dan Blanchard in danger of loading the bases with 2 outs in the top of the 10th. Blanchard with the 3-1, swung on, grounded up the middle. Graves will come up on it. They're sending the runner home. Graves with the throw to the plate. It's high and just not in time as Kobe Morales scores from second on the grounder up the middle. Morales, who, when he slid head first into home, actually almost came to a complete stop at home plate. He's lucky that the dirt didn't slow him up enough for Olsen to be able to apply the tag. The throw was on target from Graves, at least. Just didn't get there quite in time. The first pitch to Reese Hernandez taken for a ball. 1 run is not insurmountable. Blanchard has to be careful not to let it become more than 1. Can't let things snowball. Here's the 1-0. Misses up high, and it's 2-0 to Hernandez. If Hernandez reaches here, the Pippins might choose to go to Camerata out of the bullpen. Camerata, who hasn't pitched since last Saturday. Here's the 2-0. Taken for a strike by Hernandez. I don't believe anyone has warmed up out of the Ridgefield bullpen, so Joey Martin will likely head back out for the bottom of the 10th. Here's the 2-1 from Blanchard. Swung on and popped up out of play behind home plate, and the count is even 2-2. Hernandez without a hit so far in this game. Looks to add to their 1-run lead in the top of the 10th. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. The pitch from Blanchard popped up right side. Lajoie coming in from first base. He has to go around the runner, but makes the catch right on top of the Pippins logo on the first base side in foul territory. So Blanchard gives up 1 run. The Raptors lead 5-4 as we head to the bottom of the 10th. We'll see what they can do. We'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Back at Yakima County Stadium, Joey Martin is back out for a third inning of work. Through the 2 innings he's pitched thus far, he's walked 1, struck out 5, has given up no runs against this Pippins offense. He'll face Noah Williamson to start, then Sam Olson and Taylor Holder here in the bottom of the 10th as the Pippins look to respond after the Raptors took a 5-4 lead in the top of the 10th. The second extra inning game in a row for Richfield, who played 13 innings against Portland last night before winning 10-9 and earning their 5th victory in 6 games to start the season. Williamson responsible for 3 out of 4, technically 4 out of 4 runs. He drove in 3 of them. He was also one of the runs that scored in this game. Had a RBI triple back in the 3rd, then scored on a double from Sam Olson, and then in the 7th came up with runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs and tripled both of them home. So gives the Pippins at the time to tie the game at 4. That score remained into the 10th inning before Richfield took the 5-4 lead. Here's the first pitch to Williamson. That one sailed way high and over the glove of Grant Heiser for ball 1. The 1-0, that one on target for a strike. So Martin comes right back with a strike. Here comes the 1-1 from Martin. Williamson swings at that one and lines it hard out of play on the first base side, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes for Noah Williamson to lead things off in the bottom of the 10th. Pops one up out of play along the first base side. Stays alive, 1-2. And pops one up again out of play. And Joey Martin, who's in his 3rd inning of work, now has thrown 5 pitches to Williamson to start the bottom of the 10th. Williamson keeping himself alive. Here's the 6th pitch, the 1-2, grounded left side. Tanner Jocks ranging to his right, has to throw across his body, and Williamson beats out the infield single to start things here in the 10th. And the fans that have stuck around for the extra innings baseball here are excited. That's the 3rd hit of the game for Noah Williamson, the 4th time he's reached. He also walked back in the 5th. And Sam Olson, who doubled Williamson home back in the 3rd, will step to bat. He's 1 for 3 with a walk in his first game of the season for the Pippins. Olson takes ball 1. Williamson does have 2 stolen bases on the season, but with the left-handed pitcher Martin It'd be a lot tougher to run. We'll see if he tries it out here. Here's the 1-0. Off the end of the bat from Olsen. I suspect if the game was tied, if they were not trailing by one, Williamson might be called upon to take a chance. But because he represents the tying run, they don't want to risk it, most likely. Here's the 1-1 to Olsen. Lines that one out of play along the first base line, and it's 1-2 to him. Home plate umpire takes the opportunity to clean home plate off. Not a bad idea. Might become an important location in this game with the speedy Noah Williamson on first and the hard-hitting Sam Olsen at bat. Martin comes set for the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Inside, almost hit Olsen. Williamson takes off for second. Heiser will go ahead and hold on to it, and Williamson, who did not have to try to steal second, instead advances on the pass ball. Puts himself into scoring position with Sam Olsen at bat, and the 2-2 count to the catcher. Heiser goes out for a quick chat with Joey Martin. No outs, no Williamson led off the inning, beating out an infield single to shortstop Tanner Jocks. And Sam Olsen has worked himself into a 2-2 count as Williamson just moved over to second on the pass ball. Ridgefield leads 5-4 in the bottom of the 10th. Here's the 2-2 to Olsen. Swung on, grounder back up the middle. Williamson to third. It'll leak into center field. Williamson will score easily without a throw, and Sam Olsen ties things up in the bottom of the 10th with an RBI base hit to score Williamson from second. And Williamson, who can certainly move, once that grounder was hit hard enough to get through the middle, but soft enough that it was tough to catch up to for center fielder Reese Hernandez. There was just no chance they were going to get Noah Williamson at home. And he was looking for an opportunity to move to second. I think he really wanted to try to steal, but was wise enough to not attempt it with the left-handed throwing Joey Martin on the mound. Instead, got a pass ball that he could advance on. And Sam Olsen did the rest. So that brings Taylor Holder to the plate with Sam Olsen on first. Olsen represents the winning run now with no outs in the bottom of the 10th. The game tied at 5. The Richfield Raptors took the lead with a run in the top of the 10th, and the Pippins just tied it up. Holder, who is 0 for 4 today, I would not be surprised to see square around to bunt here. And he does. Will he lay it down? Pops it up out of play behind home plate. Could see him try it again. Behind him is Alex Shanks, who also does not have a hit today. Here's the 0-1 to Holder, who does square around and pops it up almost the exact same location out of play behind home plate. It might have gone into the press box a few windows down from me. So no balls and 2 strikes for Taylor Holder. No outs. Sam Olsen on first. The game tie in the bottom of the 10th. Does not square around, takes low for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes for the right fielder. Here's the pitch from Martin. Swung on and popped up. Foul, and it looks like it will go out of play right on top of the Ridgefield dugout. All 3 batters to start the 10th inning for the Pippins have been started off with 1 ball, 2 strike counts as Holder stays alive. Olsen leads off on first. No outs. Here's the 1-2. And they hit Taylor Holder. And if you're Chris Cota, the head coach of the Ridgefield Raptors, you have to know that Joey Martin just made a pretty big mistake there, pitching too far inside to Taylor Holder, who was without a hit and was behind 1-2. And Kyle Crustangel looking at his bench. Let's see who he handpicks to pinch hit for Alex Shanks. Runners on first and second and no outs. Wouldn't have been surprised to see Shanks come up and with, again, another sacrifice opportunity, be called upon to lay down a bunt. Instead, it's Corey Jarrell, the lefty. And with the lefty-on-lefty matchup, I would expect that Jarrell would still be called upon to lay down the bunt here with runners on first and second and no outs. Crustangel just might trust the bat of Jarrell a little more than Alex Shanks. Jarrell did play at YVC this spring. Jarrell does square around, pulls back, and takes strike 1. So Sam Olsen on second. He had the base hit that scored Noah Williamson from second to start the bottom of the 10th and tie things up at 5. Jarrell squares around again, goes after it, and misses. And he's behind 0-2. And now looks like he will be swinging away with 2 strikes. Taylor Holder was just hit by a pitch with a 1-2 count. Put runners on first and second with no outs. Here's the 0-2 to Jarrell. Swung on and popped up left side out of play. Looks like it bounced off the sunshade along the third base side. Jarrell with 2 runners on, just trying to move him over. That's all he needs to do. Put the ball in play somewhere on the right side, preferably. Here's the 0-2. Lets one go in the dirt, and it's 2-2, or 1-2. Martin steps on, looks in for the sign, and now comes set. No outs, 2 on. Here's the 1-2. Lined right back up the middle. And they go to third base to get Sam Olsen out on the force out. And just a victim of bad luck, the ball went off the glove of Joey Martin. And Olsen tried to get out of the way of the ball that was deflected in his path, although he didn't have to because Martin touched it with his glove. He would not have been out if the ball had hit him. But you don't always know the minutia of baseball rules when you're in the heat of the moment. And so he was just trying to avoid getting hit by a ball, which is traditional baseball knowledge. Took off for third, but at that point, Jacques had plenty of time to toss it over to Darcy at third and get him out on the force play. So that brings Jordan Hara to the plate. Still runners on first and second. It's a different 2 runners. Holder on second, Jarrell on first with 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Hara. And missed outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Hara swings and misses, and the count is now 1-1. Hara from Aiea, Hawaii. On the island of Oahu. He corrected me on an earlier broadcast. I misplaced Aiea as he takes strike two. And I want to clear things up for Hara himself as well as his family if they're watching. Runners on, first and second. 1 out, 1-2 count to Hara. Here's the pitch from Martin. Takes low in the dirt. Heiser keeps it in front of him, and it's 2-2. Runners can't go anywhere. Hara will dig back in. 2-2 count, 1 out. Against the left-hander Joey Martin in his third inning of work. Here's the pitch. Misses low, and the count is full. Three-two count, 1 out, runners on first and second. Here's the payoff pitch from Martin. Hara pops it up right side. Ranging back is Cole Ehrman, the first baseman in foul territory. Misplays it and does not make the catch, but it is a foul ball. Tried to go back to his right at the last second and tripped. Couldn't bring it down, but was lucky enough that the ball bounced about a foot in foul territory off the line. So we'll try again. The 3-2 to Hara. Swings and misses. And that's the second out of the inning. And so Spencer Marenko, who's 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts himself, will step to the plate with 2 outs and those runners on first and second. Martin spins around just to keep things honest at second. Taylor Holder leading off there. Corey Jarrell, who reached on the fielder's choice, he's on first base. Here's the first pitch to Marenko. Pops it up out of play. Behind home plate. Martin looks back at second, now delivers the 0-1. Marenko swings at a pitch low and inside. And he's in the hole 0-2. Martin comes set. 0-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. They go up high. Marenko lays off this time. Runners on first and second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch lined sharply out of play on the first base side. Noah Williamson started the inning with a base hit, moved to second on a pass ball, and scored on a base hit up the middle from Sam Olson. Here's the 1-2. Marenko takes that just off the plate for a ball. It's 2-2. Richfield thought that Joey Martin had escaped the inning by getting Spencer Marenko looking. Taylor Holder was hit by a pitch, but runners on first and second with no outs. Corey Jarrell failed to lay down a sacrifice bunt, but reached on a fielder's choice. And they chose to get Sam Olson out at third. And then Jordan Hara struck out swinging as Spencer Marenko looks at ball 3. He's got a full count now with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The winning run is on second. That's Taylor Holder with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. Here's the pitch. And Spencer Marenko goes down swinging for the 3rd time today. So the Pippins do score 1 to stay alive. We'll head to the 11th. From Yakima, we'll be right back. You're tuning to Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market,
Dan Blanchard will return for his 3rd inning of work. It'll be 9-1-2 for Ridgefield. Tanner Jacques, who will start the inning, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Joey Martin just finished his 3rd inning of work on the mound for Ridgefield. Gave up 2 hits thus far, 1 run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and hit Taylor Holder back in the 10th. Jacques takes ball 2. He's ahead 2-0 quickly here. Start things in the 11th. Blanchard back at it. Here's the 2-0. Lined left side over the diving glove of Connor Caballas. A bad hop there. Though it would have been a tough play regardless, and it's a leadoff base hit for Tanner Jacques. So it's the top of the order for Ridgefield. Caden Connor who will hit. With a runner on first and no outs. Hara plays in on the infield grass and the potential sacrifice bunt opportunity. Codner does square around, bunts it right at Hara. Hara will pick it up over to first. The stretching Lajoie, and the field umpire had started to call out and then changed his mind, saying that Lajoie came off the bag. And here comes head coach Kyle Crustangel to argue his case. He'll look for help from the home plate umpire, and there's no reason he shouldn't get it on a close play like that in the top of the 11th. The home plate umpire has the best view of a possible pulled foot with the field umpire in the middle of the field. They will get together and talk things over. And they break the huddle without signaling, so head coach Kyle Crustangel asked them what was the call, and they signal safe. Lajoie's foot did come off the bag momentarily, though. It appeared it had come back on in time to retire Caden Connor, but not the case, say the umpires. So runners on first and second with no outs in the top of the 11th. And John Peck will look for an opportunity to hit after I believe that's Tash Ulrich this time out for the mound visit, helping talk things over with the infield. Still a sacrifice opportunity after getting the free out for Ridgefield. And could put 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. And Kobe Morales, who had a home run back in the 6th, would be hitting at that point. Sam Olson cleans home plate off with his hand. Interesting move when the home plate umpire has been very specific about cleaning the plate off at all times during the day. Squaring around is John Peck before Blanchard even started his motion, pulls it back and takes ball 1 just off the outside corner. Tanner Jocks on second, Caden Connor on first with no outs. Peck squares around again, bunts it down this time back to Blanchard, who throws to third. Hara stretching out, and they get Tanner Jocks at third base. Jordan Hara, who quite literally just did the splits to help make the out at third base. And so it's a fielder's choice for John Peck, who reaches first. Caden Connor on second with 1 out. Kobe Morales will step to the plate. He's 2 for 4, was hit by a pitch as well back in the 4th. Led off the 10th inning with a base hit and came around to score the 5th run for the Raptors. That gave them the lead momentarily until the bottom of the 10th. Blanchard comes set now with runners on first and second and 1 out. The first pitch to Morales. High fly ball to left field, but Noah Williamson barely has to move. He'll make the catch for the second out. And not in a spot where runners could tag. And so Hector Infante, who pinch hit back in the 10th to lay down a sacrifice bunt, will step to the plate in what is decidedly not a sacrifice situation with 2 outs. Blanchard gets the sign, comes set. Here's the first pitch to Infante. Lines that one into right field. Holder ranging to his left will make the catch. And Blanchard runs into a little bit of trouble, but manages to escape without surrendering a run. We'll head to the bottom half of the 11th inning, still tied at 5 from Yakima. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
For the Raptors, looks like Ben Larson will be coming on, the right-hander from Port Orchard, Washington. Joey Martin went 3 complete innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and hit 1. Dan Blanchard is through 3 innings. He's given up 4 hits, 1 run, walked none, struck out none. It's the top of the order for the Pippins, and Chase Graves will get things started in the bottom of the 11th as the Pippins look to break a 5-5 lead. It'll be Graves, Cobalis, and Lajoie to start things off. Barring any substitutions, here's the first pitch to Graves. Misses low for a ball. Graves, who had a base hit back in the first, hasn't reached since. Struck out back in the 9th. Here's the 1-0. Takes that one at the knees for a strike. Graves will be a sophomore at the University of the Pacific in the fall. Here's the 1-1. Grounder left side. Cody Darcy will make the play to his left. Throw on over. Coming off the bag was Ehrman, but swipes the tag on Chase Graves for the first out of the inning. Ehrman with the awareness to come off the bag. Didn't try to make the play with his toes still touching. Came off and applied the tag quickly to Graves, who's jogging back into the dugout now. Connor Cobalis, who struck out in the 9th, was the first time he didn't get on base in the game in 4 plate appearances, has 2 walks and 2 base hits. The first pitch to him, he takes on the inside corner for a strike. Cobalis looks to get some offense started here in the bottom of the 11th. The 0-1, swing and a miss. And he's in the hole quickly, 0-2. Ben Larson, the right-hander, works out of the windup. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, grounded over to Tanner Jocks this time. Bobbles it, but throws over, and Cobalis beats out the infield single with a 1 out in the bottom of the 11th. They might have credited Jacques with the error on that one. Cobalis on first. Lajoie hitting now with 1 out. Here's the first pitch. He takes over the heart of the plate for a strike. Lajoie not afraid to take a strike or two, work deep into a count. Cobalis on first. Has 3 stolen bases so far this season. Always a threat to run. Here's the 0-1. Outside corner taken for a strike. Larson set. Here's the 0-2. Chopper up the middle. Jocks will pick it up. Step on second and throw on over to first. And they double up Cobalis and Willie Lajoie to end the threat in the bottom of the 11th. They go down 1-2-3. We head to the 12th, still tied at 5. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
And checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
It's a cloud of uncertainty.
With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
Ooh. And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Wow!
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
County Stadium, and it's a Friday night matchup of the teams at the top of their division. Pippins, who came into this game 4-2, were at the top of the North Division, and Ridgefield, who was 5-1 at the beginning of the day, leading the South Division. We expected a close contest between these two teams. I don't think anybody expected we'd be into the 12th. As Dan Blanchard will come out to start his 4th inning of work. I wish I could update the standings for you with some games around the West Coast League, but the website that the West Coast League uses to post stats and game results is currently not working. Cody Darcy will lead things off. It's 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Ridgefield. So start the top of the 12th. Darcy, who walked and came around to score back in the 4th inning. Here's the first pitch from Blanchard. Misses outside for a ball. Joey Camerata has been warm for a couple of innings now, but Pippins choosing to stay with Blanchard, who they know and trust and has produced thus far. Darcy pops one up right side, calling off LeJoie as Spencer Marenko, and will make the catch for out number 1. Cole Ehrman, the first baseman, will hit. He was intentionally walked back in the 10th. And a 2 RBI double in the 4th to score the first 2 runs of the game for Ridgefield. The first pitch taken for a strike. The Yakima faithful still out here at Yakima County Stadium. It's a beautiful night. The sun has completely set as Cole Ehrman takes strike 2. The only visible light in the sky coming from the lights here at the Orchard. Here's the 0-2. Ehrman gets a piece of it, fouls it back to the netting behind home plate. Here's the 0-2 again from Blanchard. Inside and just misses off the corner. That was exactly where they wanted that pitch. So we'll try again with the 1-2. Blanchard through the windup. Here's the pitch. Popped up out of play behind home plate. Started at 66 degrees and cloudy at first pitch. Rained earlier today. Rained a little bit during the game as well. Is now down to about 60 degrees, so not too big of a change. Is expected to be warmer tomorrow. Here's the 1-2 lined into right field. Holder has to move back, but does make the catch on the run. And a quick 2 outs for Dan Blanchard in the 12th. Brings Grant Heiser to the plate. This is just the first game of a 3-game series that the Pippins and Ridgefield will play. They'll see each other pretty soon, June 22nd through the 24th in Ridgefield. The first pitch to Heiser taken for a strike. Here's the 0-1 from Blanchard. That one misses just high for a ball. And Heiser with a 1-1 count. After this weekend series, the Pippins will have Monday off and then welcome the Northwest Star Academy Nighthawks for a pair of non-league games as Heiser takes ball 2. They'll play the Redmond Dudes on Thursday. They'll take Friday off and play 3 games against the Cascade League All-Stars. Lined into left field by Heiser. It'll drop in front of Williamson, who'll pick it up. And Heiser with a long single with 2 outs in the top of the 12th. So it's 6 games in 7 days, 6 non-league games in 7 days for the Pippins next week. And then on Tuesday the 22nd, they take off for Ridgefield. after this weekend series. Here's the first pitch to Reese Hernandez off the plate for a ball. Heiser leads off on first with 2 outs in the top of the 12th inning. A 1-0, outside corner taken for a strike. That ball pretty similar to a ball called to Heiser earlier. Here's the 1-1. Outside corner again, but this time called a ball. And with the left-handed hitting Reese Hernandez, it changes the view a little bit on that side of the plate for the home plate umpire. It can be tough to gauge those balls on the outside corner like that. Here's the 2-1. Popped up left side. Williamson looks like he's got it and makes the catch in straightaway left field. 1 runner on, but Blanchard strands him. He's through 4 innings of work as we head to the bottom of the 12th, tied at 5. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Bottom of the 12th inning, it's 4, 5, and 6 for the Pippins batting order. As Ben Larson just now getting underway with his warm-up pitches, not exactly sure what took him so long to come out. The game tied 5-5. The scoring got started by the Pippins in the bottom of the 3rd inning when they scored 2. Ridgefield responded with 2 of their own in the top of the 4th, then added 1 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th to give them a 4-2 lead. That was promptly closed in on in the bottom of the 7th to tie things at 4-4. That's the way the score remained through 9 complete innings. Then in the top of the 10th, Ridgefield added 1, and the Pippins tied things up in the bottom of the 10th at 5. We had a scoreless 11th, and Dan Blanchard held off Ridgefield again in the top of the 12th, and that's how we got here to the bottom of the 12th, and Noah Williamson stepping to the plate. He's had quite the day. 3 for 4 with a walk, 2 triples, and a base hit. He has 3 RBI already. Here's the first pitch to him, inside, taken for a ball. Ben Larson here for his 2nd inning of work. Misses up high for ball 2. Gave up just 1 hit in the 11th inning. And actually it was credited as an error, so gave up no hits in the 11th and then induced a double play after Caballas reached on the air. Here's the 2-0, popped up out of play first base side. Noah Williamson, 2-1 count to lead off the bottom of the 12th. The pitch misses inside for a ball, and he's ahead 3-1. has shown a lot more patience in the last few days, especially tonight. Walked for the first time this season back in the 5th inning. Here's the 3-1 from Larson. He takes that one off the inside of the plate. Ball 4. And Williamson, who advanced on the pass ball in the 10th inning and then scored from second on a Sam Olsen base hit. Now back on first base. And I mentioned before, in the 10th, although Williamson always a threat to steal a base, he's stolen 2. With them down a run, they may not have wanted to risk it. With the game tied here in the bottom of the 12th, you might see him moving with the right-hander Larson on the mound as Olsen takes pitch 1 up high for a ball. Nobody yet has tested the arm of Grant Heiser, who joined Ridgefield today. Here's the 1-0. A pitch in there for a strike, and Sam Olsen with a 1-1 count. Williamson leads off on first. No outs in the bottom of the 12th. Game tied at 5. Here's the 1-1. Olsen does not hold up his swing. And it's strike 2 to the catcher. One ball and 2 strikes for Sam Olsen. Joined the team today. Here's the pitch from Larson. Lined into center field. Reese Hernandez ranges to his right. Calls off the left fielder and makes the catch. For out number 1. Taylor Holder will get another chance. Was hit by a pitch back in the 10th. That was the first time he was able to get on base here tonight. We'll look to move over Noah Williamson on first with 1 out in the bottom of the 12th. First pitch to Holder. Taken inside for a ball. They throw over to first, and it gets away from the first baseman, Ehrman. Williamson on his way to second, and the ball stuck in the dugout, and that's going to put Williamson on third base as the ball out of play. Sorry, not the dugout. It was caught up in the fencing in the bullpen, in the Ridgefield bullpen. And Williamson should be put on second, but the field umpire signaled he should be on third, and the reason why is because first baseman Cole Ehrman touched it with his glove. If the throw had gone directly from Larson into the fence, then we'd be looking at a one base out of play advance for Noah Williamson because the throw came while Larson was technically in contact with the pitching rubber. But because Ehrman touched the ball, that's considered a second play from the field, and that's a two-base award to Williamson from first, who gets moved to third. They're explaining the rule now to Chris Cota, who I assume will not be happy with the explanation no matter what he's told. But the umpires do have the right call here. And I understand why Cota's making the argument. Because a ball that goes out of play after being thrown by the pitcher while in contact with the rubber is just a one-base award, and a right-handed pitcher who does not step off and throws over to first is considered to still be in contact with the rubber. But the extra touch is considered an extra play by the defense, and so no longer is the ball directly gone out of play from the pitcher. Instead, it's two bases to Williamson, who's now on third with 1 out. 1-0 count to Taylor Holder. Holder, the grounder up the third base side, goes foul. And so now Holder, who hasn't been able to reach on a base hit. Now doesn't have to. It takes a lot of pressure off. The infield playing in with one out. He just has to put the ball in play and give Williamson an opportunity to score. Swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, and it's strike 2 to him, 1-2. Corey Jarrell, who pinch hit for Alex Shanks back in the 10th, is on deck. Here's the 1-2. Swung at, grounded to the left side, through the legs of Tanner Jocks. Noah Williamson slides to score at home, and the Pippins with a walk-off victory in the bottom of the 12th. And Taylor Holder, who had kind of a rough day to get things going, is the hero tonight with the walk-off base hit through the left side. Tanner Jocks just couldn't handle it, couldn't make the play. And the new ceremonial walk-off sword makes its appearance on the field as the Pippins celebrate behind the pitcher's mound. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball and the Pippins Broadcast Network.